What's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing today?
Hey y'all.
I apologize for the technical difficulties. It's all me. Okay, my computer is. We just gonna pray for it. Okay.
In the name of Jesus, amen.
In the name of Jesus, amen. I'm almost scared to even pull up a picture because I'm scared it's gonna act up. I'm echoing somewhere. Do y'all hear me echoing? Because I hear me echoing.
I do hear echo. I'm a mute.
Sir Neil.
I didn't say anything. I didn't make sure it's not me. You know what I'm saying? Because
it's not me.
Everybody.
It's wait, over there.
You ain't shit. You ain't shit. You know that?
Yeah, there you go. You got it 42 right that way. Yeah.
Listen.
We love you.
No, y'all wrong. We're gonna do a process of elimination right now. Okay. No. Everybody mute. Okay. Am I still echoing? Do y'all still hear me echoing? Is she echoing? No, she's not echoing. Okay. Y'all come on back. See, it ain't me. It ain't me this time. It ain't me right now.
It's not me. No, it's not. You hear that? That's clarity, baby. Because I learned how to handle it. I can't open it on the app. I have to open it on the Chrome browser via my phone. So I'm not echoing right now. How you like me now?
Okay, we gonna go with that then.
Okay, so I just unmuted. I hear echo. Is it me?
I hear echo too. Sir Neil, you mute.
Okay.
Watch. Do y'all hear echo?
Okay. No echo. It's you. Oh.
I put the juju back on you. I put the juju back on you, baby. Hey, Cola Boo. How you doing, Cola Boo? We got Dominique in the building. Tequila, what's going on, everybody? Y'all, we are late. I apologize. It is all me. Welcome to Real Queens, Real Talk with a real gentleman's perspective and all of that. We are your beautiful, lovely host and all that. Y'all already know who y'all. Miss 42, Tracy is standing in, holding it down. I wanted to get her opinion on a couple of the topics tonight. And plus, I love to see Tracy get irritated and go off. So that's why she was up here with us tonight.
Do
Miss
you hear
Sunshine.
echo now?
Yeah.
Echo?
Yeah.
Your hair look good. Hey,
You look
girl.
good, though. Yeah, you
Your
look
hair look
beautiful.
good.
You look gorgeous. You look
You look
marvelous.
handsome.
You look good, okay? Y'all, tonight is the topics that we're going to get into, y'all. We're going to do a follow-up on the Derek Chauvin. Guilty. Thank you, Lord. This fool is guilty. The Rough Riders sent DMX off in style this weekend. We lost another iconic rap legend, Shock G, also known as Humpty Hump, to some of y'all youngsters that don't know who he is. Baby Blue Whoa of Pretty Ricky. Oh Lord, he just ratchet. Anyways, he was shot at his album release party. We'll talk about that, and then we'll also talk about Ma'Khia Bryant. If you don't know who she is, she was the young child that was shot by the officer in Columbus, Ohio. There were a couple of circumstances that led up to her being shot. We will talk about that and get a little bit more deeper into that. Okay. First and foremost, y'all already know mental health check-in. Is everybody doing okay today? Everybody have a good weekend.
Yes.
Yes. Over too soon. Cola.
It absolutely was over too soon. I needed this time because this time was it was a tough week. Not only you know how they say they go in threes. For me, it kind of made me feel down that it was the third person. Because I'm superstitious in a way, and I don't know. I mean that, and then a couple of my patients died, and so it was a long week, and this weekend was too doggone short. And then sometimes it's like I almost wish you could call in and just because you don't feel like it, really just tell the boss I don't feel like it.
Yeah.
And I don't have no reason. I don't have no nothing. I just don't feel like it. So pay me, and I'm not gonna be at work today.
It be
And
like that sometimes, but we make it through. I couldn't watch the funeral, so yeah. Hey, fabulous.
hey, fabulous boo. Okay, y'all. The first thing we're gonna get into real quick, we're gonna give an update on the Derek Chauvin trial. Now, I want to bring up the picture, but I'm scared it's gonna get stuck again, and I don't want it to get stuck again. So I'm just not gonna do that. I might do that a little bit later. But he was found guilty on all three charges of murder. It was second degree. What were they, Tiffany?
I
He's
don't
still
remember. It was 3 charges, but I don't remember. Tracy, you
charged.
remember?
Second degree murder, third degree murder, and third degree manslaughter.
Jail, prison. That's how I went.
Yeah, one count holds 40
Yeah, you
years, and
heard
the
me,
other
Tracy.
holds 25 years, and I believe the third degree manslaughter holds 10 years. So also, if they were to put everything all together, it would be 75 years. But everybody's saying that he could face up to 40 years. What are y'all's predictions? What do y'all think? Because you know that he's being held in a prison now. He's being held under suicide watch because the jails, the prisoner, I mean, not
Mm-hmm.
guards feel that he may harm himself, which he probably might, or he gonna get harmed first. But
He
what are
will.
y'all predictions? What do y'all think gonna happen?
Well, I think he's gonna get some jail time. They're predicting like 12 and a half years. Um, but I don't know. I know that he's gonna get at least 10. So I don't think that's unfair, but I mean, he's getting
I,
something. I'm just glad he was found guilty. That was probably the most important for me. I was sitting on the edge of my seat watching, the TV screen, and every time they said guilty, I was like, "Thank you," because
yeah.
it was going to be bad if it wasn't.
I'm
So,
sure he's going to
and
be
I'm
in
glad
peace
they
too.
revoked his bond and made him go on and meet Tyrone early. That's what I was hoping for. I don't want him to be in solitary confinement. I don't want him to even be on suicide watch. But
They're going to give him one of those designer jails, one of those designer pens, to make his white ass comfortable. Because once he goes out to general population, they're gonna be gunning for him. You can only stay in PC for about I believe what I'm told from prisoners 5 years. Okay, so besides that, if he gets more than 5 years, he's going to have to go out in the prison public, and he's going to be a target for what he did. He's aligned with people that kill children, with child predators. They are the people that want to stay in solitary confinement because they know their crimes were egregious and gross. And other prisoners that just,
Hey, Renee.
do shit, they're going to kill them. So that's why they're going to keep him in protective custody as long as they can. Because as soon as he hit that ground, they after his ass.
Do we care?
Hey, Renee.
We don't, but they have, these prisons are crooked, but they still try to abide by rules, I guess, but they're crooked as fuck. So, but they ain't gonna let this. I don't know.
He definitely
might
where
pull a
he
Jeffrey
belongs.
Epstein.
Tracy, what's your thoughts?
Since he was guilty on all 3 charges, I feel like he's going to get 25 in total. Because I feel like he's going to get 12 for one, 4 for another, 6 for another. I feel like they're going to break it up so he gets like 25. Although 75 sounds like a beautiful number. I feel like he's going to get 25. And no, let's be honest. If you murder someone in New York, you get 25 to life. Like, that's just a sentence. It's like, oh, murder? Great. 25 to life. Bam, done. So I feel like he's probably going to end up with a nice, 25 in total. But I don't think he should go on suicide watch. Well, no, he could go on suicide watch. Just make sure that after that, they stick him in solitary confinement for, I don't know. How long was Kiefer in solitary confinement? What, 3 years? So stick him in there for 3 years. Let his brain start to rot itself out. Then stick him in a cell with Bubba. They could have some fun for a little while. Then he could off himself. I mean, just in that order, like Mama D said. I just need to make sure that it is a slow, painful process. I mean, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. I mean, it was a slow death. I feel like yours should be equally as slow and equally as painful.
Look what Dominique said. Dominique said they opened up another case with him doing the same thing to a teenager.
So they said that they couldn't talk. So during the preliminary hearings, like during the tried to bring it up, and they said that they couldn't bring it up because it was prejudicial to the jury to talk about it with a minor, and they will automatically find him guilty. But now that he's been found guilty, they could bring up all of his past crimes when it comes to sentencing. So there's a pretty good chance that, they're just going to find him equally as egregious and tack that on. So yeah, give him more time. I'm good with that too. I mean, I feel like they should add that aggravated murder charge to it and let them, just have at it.
You know what? For him, though, I don't know if it's because I watch a lot of prison series and prison movies and stuff. If I were him, I would be more afraid of the guards than I would the prisoners. Because the guards, yes, the prisoners are going, they're going to fuck with you regardless, but the guards can get away with a lot more shit and a lot more blatant shit in your face than what some of the prisoners can do. If I were him, I'd be more afraid of the guards. Because the guards ain't going to have your back even if the prisoners do attack you. The guards ain't going to have your back. Because you got to think about it. He didn't have anybody at that trial to support him. His wife left him. It's rumored that he has a daughter. We don't know that for sure or for not. His parents weren't there. No brothers or sisters, no relatives, not even other fellow officers that would want to stand by him because he is another brother in blue. Nobody stood there for him. He was literally on his own. So I can understand why he's on suicide watch, because even if he does get convicted, he is literally going to have to be by himself.
You mean like he has nothing to live for?
Nothing, because think about it, like, and I'm, you know, trust me, I'm not making no excuse for no suicide, but what I'm saying is your wife left you, so you don't have that support. You don't have any kids that visit you. Your parents aren't there. Brothers and sisters aren't there. Your brothers in blue, who you made an oath with, who you know went through basic training and all that with, who made a vow to always have your back. They turned their back on you completely. Your chief turned his back on you. So when you get into prison, you're gonna have to be by yourself, isolated out of your own safety.
But
And then on top of
auntie,
that, when you get out, what are you gonna do?
but
Ain't nobody
auntie,
gonna hire you.
does that show does that show something of his character, or does that show that his office are they're turning their back on him? So it's one or the two or both of them, because they're trying to detach themselves from him. So it's because of his character and all these things coming up of what he's had a habitual
I think so.
practice of fucking with people, or is it that they're just turning their back on him?
I think they turning their back a little bit. During a trial, I noticed that a lot of his superiors, or even some of his peers, but a lot of the people that took the stand for the prosecution, the tone in their testimony sounded like they was sick of his ass. Like, I felt like if they could look over at him like, you big dummy, they would have. So yeah, I think some of
Yeah.
them they
My
probably
auntie
like
said
to
that they
Rick.
were defending a dead dog. You know, that's old people. They were up there defending a dead dog. Like, are we gonna bring this dog back to life, or you know? But I think they were defending a dead dog and they were over it. They couldn't
What you
have
think,
wanted.
Mizzle?
Well, I'm glad he got found guilty, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why Minnesota in the states that gave like a 1/4 charge of what the maximum supposed to be. No, he should get that. If it was concurrent, like y'all said, 40 is the max. He should got that 40, and that's it. Because on the 40 is the leading rule number that we go by. So that 1/4 for that, so you get less time for what? Oh my god! Yeah. So I don't like that. And it's like he should get that 40 out, 40, and he go do that 30, and then he hope he die in that in prison for that. But yeah, when I read about that case thing, I was like, why didn't talk about that before? But now when Tracy explained it, I said, okay, yeah, I guess they could use that as against him when it comes to sentencing, and realized that he has a history, and if he has a history, and they knew about this. Why they kept this guy in a force like that? I can't. So I'm glad they didn't support him. I'm glad they didn't support him. They was not there for him, because at the end of the day, you did some foul stuff like that. You know, a lot of police officers still corrupt out here in the states as well. But that was really a crazy thing you did. When you think somebody goes to stand by you, I can see why the wife did that. I wouldn't be social with freaking blood motive like that who made history in a bad way. So. And if he had a child out there, I don't think she want to be associated with that either. You know how many freaking things they might come after her? Maybe she had to separate herself from her husband because they might come after them, something like that. So I don't know what's going on. So I guess it's a good thing that they dodged stop the bullet, because if they going to be standing by him, Lord knows, school, people around him would have been like on his family. So he didn't consider that when he did his thing. So I don't have no sympathy for him at all.
He probably was an asshole at home.
Mm-hmm.
And probably at the office.
Because he has that character. That's why I said they're gonna based on his character or his deeds. His character showed more than his deeds, because we don't know what he did as a person, but his deeds, and they're bringing up all these past things, shows that his character was flawed, especially as an officer. He had aggression issues.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, hopefully they'll give him the time that he deserves. Well, I guess
so, and
not really
that it's ultimately up to the judge how much time he gets, right?
What you say?
I said it's ultimately up to the judge how much time he gets.
Yes. Right? They do a pre-sentence investigation, so there's a whole department that recommends time, what they think he should get. But yeah, it's up to the judge what it's gonna be.
This is up in the air. At least he's convicted, and then he'll serve some time. You know, we can't put an amount of time on taking someone's life. I don't want to be Farrakhan about it, you know what I'm saying, and Al Sharptonish about it, but he should spend the rest of his life in jail.
Yeah, he should.
And that's it, period. Because and not with the new allegation of him doing the same thing to a teenager, and putting his knee on their back, and that's the new allegation they're bringing up. It shows history. Put that nigga behind bars, please. He is a psychopath that y'all gave a badge to and a gun to.
Mm-hmm.
Mind you that. A gun to. Put him behind bars.
I completely and totally agree. But I can't lie though, the human part of me just feels bad that you finna have to do your whole time by yourself. Like, at least have an asshole that's sitting there with you so y'all can at least be together. That's just me though. That I'm sorry, the human part of me is just like, damn, like you finna have to suffer by yourself for all these years. Yeah, I'm sorry. That's the cancer in me. I have empathy for everybody.
Wait, Auntie, Inside Edition did a expose on how much his wife got in the divorce decree. So you guys.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah.
Oh, he has some money.
She didn't get much, you know. She got a little bit, but she didn't get, you know, much. So he wasn't worth much. And we also have to figure out that the police salary is not a lot at all.
The tea on that is another reason why she divorced him is because if by chance he had to do a civil suit, like the family were to sue him, they get the money. She's already out, so she already got her portion. That's another reason why she divorced him, and she got her part.
Smart lady.
And dipped on his ass.
Smart lady. Plus, he probably was an asshole. So
yeah, he had that planned out. She was looking for her out, so she was ready. She was like, "Oh, this nigga did this. Oh, bitch, I've been ready to leave this motherfucker shit."
Opportunity and space. That's all I need is opportunity and space.
Okay.
I really wouldn't be surprised.
There is a little bit of an echo still. Y'all, let's make sure that we are muting when we're not talking. Before we move on, Sunshine, did you have any thoughts on Derek Chauvin? I know you are happy as hell that he is going to be going to jail. If ain't nobody happy, Sunshine happy, baby.
Yes. I just hope that they I just hope he get more than 15, 20 years. I just hope they you know, I understand they make an example out of him, which they should have been done to someone a long time ago, but it seemed like it's not going to stop anything because it's just the same day somebody got killed. I mean, police steady killing people. So it's like, yeah, they found him guilty, but it still hasn't changed anything. So, yeah, you know, one for the team. We got one out of what? How many killings? About 700 or something, you know. We got a long way to go. Long way to go.
Well, hopefully, you know, of course, he has to spend, the next 8 weeks behind bars until his sentencing. The most beautiful picture in the world was him looking across the top of that mask when they were saying guilty. He literally looked like, oh wait, word? Oh wait, I'm gonna go to jail? Like, that's what I ran through his eyes. Like, oh, these niggas not playing. Oh, I'm going to jail. And then when the judge said that the judge didn't even let the final word get off of the prosecutor's lips before the prosecutor was like, yeah, I want to go ahead and request that we deny his bail. Judge was like, okay, that's good. Go ahead and wrap this shit up. You know what I'm saying? I got some takeout waiting in the back for me. I got to go. He was absolutely ready to send his ass off.
I also think too, a lot of that is from they didn't want to destroy their state either. I think a lot of that found him guilty because they knew if they did not find him guilty, they was gonna turn up some shit.
Hell yeah, the city was finna shut the hell down.
12-foot tall borders around the state offices. They had boarded up all the restaurants way before. I mean, it was atrocious. They had barbed wire around the damn post office. And I was like, this can't be real. Only reason I know that is because one of the people that lived there went through with a drone and showed how before even the verdict came out, they had built everything up so secure. It was like, where was y'all at way before? So
I was nervous though. When I seen that, I was nervous as hell. I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and leave from work. And I even told my coworkers that, my fair-skinned coworkers, I was like, look here, I'm gonna go ahead and leave from work right now because if he is found not guilty, I'm not going to be responsible for how I respond to you after this. And it's going to be merely out the fact that I'm pissed off because he should have been in jail. So I had to go ahead and leave early. But you know what? I'm not embarrassed to say that once he said guilty for the third time, I was that black lady that pulled over on the side of the road, literally got out her car and hallelujah!
I had to do the Bankhead bounce on him. Bankhead bounce. The old dance.
That was me. I was out there two-stepping on one foot because you know I got a sprained ankle. I was out there two-stepping on that got one damn foot, and I was happy about it. I damn near started crying. Well, I did start crying. I ain't gonna lie, I started crying. I was very, very happy. So I would say this right now. What's going on, Texas Made? If y'all don't follow Texas Made, y'all need to follow his cooking channel because this nigga be off the chain in that kitchen, y'all. I just have to say that real quick. You know, fat girl, when it comes to food, I get distracted like a motherfucker. But
that boy over here, food all the time.
Come on now, Texas Made. I'm gonna drop his channel info in the chat so y'all can go follow this nigga. He be off the chain in that kitchen. But we do have to look at something closely now. Say, I hate for anything to happen to him, but if he does commit suicide in prison, you know, I don't know if that would have been by his own hands. I'm just saying because anything that happens at this point, and ain't nobody gonna look at it different. You know what I'm saying?
He hasn't lived a good life. He hasn't lived a good life. So I don't know how to illustrate someone's suicide, and that's a horrible thing. But if he hasn't lived a good life, and if you have to not live a good life while you're free and then go behind those bars, your life is like basically you're basically in hell.
Yeah.
Mentally. You know, so I don't want him to commit suicide. I want him to live through his days so he can rethink everything that he was doing when he was free as a rotten ass individual. So don't commit suicide, homie. Stay alive.
Think about it every day.
Bro. Stay alive.
Mm-hmm. I just need him to, you know, just go hang out with some of the people he locked up. That's all. Because I'm pretty sure he did most of them just as bad. So, you know, he can just go hang out with them.
Oh,
they can go braid each other hair.
Oh, I was running into somebody that he put in jail.
I was thinking that too. That's another thing. They can't. Like, I don't know if they can put him in. Can they, Miss 42? Can they put him in a Minneapolis prison, being that he's an officer there? Like that's.
But you don't.
I mean, the state prison. Yeah, he might. They might have him in some type of protective custody, which is a little similar to pretty much the same thing as solitary confinement. Or it's with other people that are in the same situation as him. But shit, they might put him in, you know, it's possible he could end up in general population. It is possible. It is possible.
He gonna be
he got state time. He gonna just float around the state.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. He could be in
Pensacola, he could
be in California, he could be up north, he can be down in Florida, he could be everywhere.
That's only federal time.
Just state.
Federal
status in the state.
Yeah. So he's gonna float around the state.
See, you can tell I'm
making new friends every place he goes.
My thing is, I also think he's going to even though we want him to be with the people that he has locked up, he's going to be protected by the people that's like him. Simple as that. They're going to protect him.
I thought that
if he end up in the black prison, he might be in trouble.
Right. I thought that too. I was like, what if the only chance of him having any sort of protection would be for him to like get connected with like the Aryan Brotherhood or you know what I'm saying? Something like that. Somebody a group of people that's gonna be okay with what
They'd
he
accept
did.
his
You know what I
ass.
mean? Thank you, Texas Maine, for the super chat. I sure enough appreciate you, bro.
Yeah.
Thank
Texas
you.
motherfucking state.
Thanks.
I
Yeah,
looked,
they will
and
accept him.
72% of their prison are Hispanic or Black people. So the likelihood is going to be a real small clique. So I'm just saying, the likelihood that they can, get overtaken. Again, I don't think he's going to go into general population. If he does go into general population,
He
it's going
probably
to be a
won't.
very long time from now. Again,
Mm.
I don't have a problem with him being strapped into a cell for 23 hours a day. He will literally, his mind will start to corrode itself. I mean, which sounds like a real painful, bad way to die. I mean, which is fine with me too.
Kind of like suffocation.
Exactly.
Sounds good
But
to
just
me.
slower. Look, just slower.
I think he would be protected. I do. I mean, they're in every jail. They have their little clique, and you have the Nazis there and all that stuff. I don't care what jail you go to, this clique, and you have these people that stand. They're going to stand with him because of what he did, and they believe in that. So I do believe it's going to be people in just like him. It's not just going to be no one in there to protect him. They're going to protect him.
Well,
he
for
he
him to
might
get
be a part
protected,
of
he
the
has to do
KKK and the
something.
Nazis and all that stuff. He might be a part of that. We just don't know.
No,
We
or he
don't
will be
know.
indoctrinated into them. When he gets in,
Right.
into prison, he's going to have to go
Yeah.
to them because he
Yeah.
can't be in any other segregation.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he's going to have to be that. So if he actually becomes a supporter of that Aryan white
Correct.
Nazi nature, it's for his own protection because he's going to need protection. But what that's going to do is
he
make
like
his
them too.
position, his vision worse because but it's like a double. He has no choice but to go with them because when you go to prison, you are with the Latinos, you are with the African Americans, you're with the gays, you're with them. That's how they do it, and it's not by choice. It's because the prison set it up like that. So let's not get it confused, people. The prison set up segregation tactically. Okay, so he has no choice but to be with his people. You don't have to be white to be an Aryan or racist or anything. But once you white motherfucker, you going with your white folks over there.
Yep.
I don't care if he's on a street in North Carolina running with the niggas. I don't care if he was in San Diego running with the niggas because you grew up in an urban setting. Once you get there, they're going to put you over there. And once you decide not to go there, you have to be protected by A, B, or C. The Latinos, the Blacks, or so on and so forth. They have to indoctrinate you into their crew. So with speaking about said subject, he ain't got no choice but to go be white Aryan something or whatever.
Yep.
He ain't got no choice because ain't nobody else gonna take him in.
Yep.
He'll be a good prison wife. Just let him pay his dues, be a good prison wife, and then hang himself. Either way, I just need it to be a slow, lengthy process. That's all. That is all. That's all. Just a slow, lengthy process.
I don't wish death upon anybody. I just wish that he will go through his sentence and he should sit and rot physically and mentally. I don't want him to kill himself. I don't want anybody to kill themselves.
I completely and totally agree. I'm not with nobody taking their own life. I feel like that is up to the man upstairs to decide on doing that. You know what I'm saying? That's neither here nor there. But if he does not join the Aryan Brotherhood, his only other choice will be turning into a do boy. And basically that's where he's one of them boys that's going to do anything for that protection. So, you know,
or he can keep doing stuff to get himself put in solitary confinement.
That too. You know what I'm saying? Play like
get yourself put in solitary. Yeah,
play like you're crazy. Put your shit all over yourself. You know
that's a responsible tactic. Yep, play crazy. Play crazy to protect yourself.
Let's
not forget. They'll welcome him with open arms. They sure will.
Let's not forget though. They don't think that the police, he still got connections, but they had to do something to keep the peace. So don't think he's not protected by some of them police still. He is.
I don't think he is protected, but at the same time though, I think if he is protected, they got that shit on the low because now he was an example. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he was an example. So now
he was also a weak link. he was also a weak link to them because he
Yeah.
got too many things on his record. Like I'm serious. They were testifying like they was sick and
42. What
tired of
happened to all
him.
his cohorts? What happened to the people that was with him? The other 4 people.
They go to
Oh,
trial in
they
August.
going to yep, they still got to go to
Yeah.
trial in August.
Okay,
But
so
But
they
you
gotta
know
keep
what
him
they're
in
gonna
check.
say, right? Y'all know what they're gonna say.
They gonna blame it
He
all
was
on
the
him.
superior. He was the superior. He was the higher ranking officer out there. Yep, that's what they're gonna
Absolutely.
say.
They gonna say their own ass and say whatever they got to do to get their names or whatever cleared the hell off, because they ain't gonna be able to be no police no more, because that's just that on that. You done lost the job, period, boo. But they gonna do whatever they got to
That's
do.
a new chant. You ain't gonna be no police no more. You ain't gonna be no police no
Nah.
more. Boom, boom. Police no more. You ain't gonna be no
You done
police
But-
lost
no
your
more.
job.
But also
You done
too,
lost your job.
also too, if they didn't have a video, if it wasn't recorded and they didn't have all the witnesses out there, he would have got away with it. The only thing that
Absolutely.
saved him was that video and people out there witness what happened. So I mean,
It was
And
so
no,
much
and that's
video. It was so
another
much
proof in
video.
purchase of that. While our phones, I hate taking cameras, and taking photos everywhere. But our phones and the ability to film things, the technology has actually saved us in a way.
Yep.
Just like the young man who died in Virginia, who was shot. And that story is so convoluted. I just wanted to bring this into reference of what we're talking about with the police brutality. I'm not sure of his name. You guys can look it up. The young man just shot in Virginia. And he was gay. He went to his brother's house. He fled. The story is so convoluted. I don't know. But the police office just released their statement saying that, yes, the young man was on the phone calling the dispatcher when he was shot by the police. So let that sink in. He was on the phone with the dispatcher when he was shot by the police. And they're saying that the police officer mistook his phone for a gun. So you tell me the last time you put the gun to your ear, you like this. Please let me know the last time anybody did that, unless you
I'm
commit
so
suicide.
sick of that. Oh, I
So
hate
They
that.
have
you guys go
mistaken
look up.
someone's hand for. They've mistaken anything for.
He shot him
Anything can be
10
mistaken for
times
a
from
gun
20
for them.
feet away. He shot him 10 times from a long way away. So just look it up. And we're like, these police officers need better training. They got anger issues. They don't know how to do their job. It's like the angry bitch at Walmart that don't know how to do the cash register appropriately. Okay? You just gave these motherfuckers guns.
Yep.
So go look that one up too. That just happened this past weekend. And like, again, I'm going to echo what Auntie Momo said. Why every time we wake up in the morning is another somebody dead that's black by police hand? Why? Why? Every morning we wake up, every morning we wake up, it's like this person, that person.
Yep.
And they don't report on half of it. So let's just take that in, people.
Well, I am grateful for the fact, like you said, that there is technology now, because we have always been done wrong. We already know that. This goes back 300, 400, 500, 600 years. We've always been done wrong. It's just now it's being recorded, it's being highlighted, and everybody can see it. So, of course, as this trial is going, we will keep everybody updated on it, and keep our fingers crossed that the other 3 officers involved will get convicted of something as well. Yeah, that's all I can say about that. Hopefully all these niggas end up going to jail for something. God damn it. Move right along. We are going to get into DMX, y'all. The Rough Riders sent DMX off in style today. His memorial service was yesterday, and everybody was there. Everybody and their sister-in-law, baby cousin Tracy was there. From Styles P to Swiss Beats. When I tell you that nigga got out there and he spoke some truth, what he said was the same energy and the same love that y'all are showing to him right now is the same energy and the same love y'all should have showed to this man when he was on this earth. And I completely and totally goddamn agree with that. Everybody knew that this man was struggling and that he was going through something. Everybody goddamn knew that. But it was only so many people that were there for him when he needed them. You know what I'm saying? Or even just trying to help him throughout his struggles, whatever. But all the Rough Ryders was there. All the Rough Ryders. They actually accompanied him to Barclays Center where his memorial service was, on his big ass truck and all that. Before I'm gonna try to pull up a couple of pictures and all that, but y'all, this just happened about an hour or so ago because his actual funeral is today with all his family, right? Did y'all see Tracy Hush? Did y'all see this nigga named Jungle? I don't even know this nigga. I ain't never heard this nigga named Jungle, but some Negro named Jungle had the nerve. I don't know if he was on it, if he was drinking, because you know how it is when your homie passed and you like, you know, damn, I miss my nigga and you going through it. I don't know if this nigga was drinking or what, but he interrupted the damn funeral, y'all. Did y'all see that?
I didn't see it.
Oh, you about to see it right now. We're going to play just a little bit of it.
I seen it.
Oh my God.
I seen it and I got mixed. I got some comments about that too.
Okay.
You can really hear it good.
If we did not suffer through the pandemic and take Earl Simmons out of his house, drive an RV down south, and complete this album, I've been his friend for 20 years. 20 years I've been his friend, and I've been around him. I'm not an industry dude, and we got similar stories. Just like him with his grandmother, I have a grandmother that raised me, and I love my grandmother. I have a dog.
This guy right here.
And who is this dude talking in the background? This is somebody's picture I picked up. It's not the video I wanted to show, but this says what I.
But good because you can't get no mark on it. You can't get
exactly. That's exactly another reason why I did that. Yep.
Here, I see you.
One skinny cat.
Can't get no copyright strike on this.
When I was about 9 to 10 years old, and that put me in the group home in Yonkers. That's how I ended up in Yonkers. So I knew Earl Simmons since '89, and he was 7 years my senior.
We're gonna have to share this elsewhere because the volume is horrible. But this guy is
I got it.
His body language looks crazy.
As an underground artist, he just shows in School 12 and in Commerce, and the group home was right next door to Commerce.
Yeah, send it to me if you have it, Sunshine.
I'm finna right now.
This last year of my life, all the time
But while I'm getting that pulled up, the funeral was really, really, really good, y'all. I was proud of the Rough Ryders and everybody coming together for him. All of his kids were there. All 15 of them doggone kids was there. It was cute because one little boy did a little rap for him. The little boy and a little girl did a little rap for him. I thought that was really, really sweet. Let me see. What was this you just sent to me? Oh, you sent the whole funeral thing to me.
And a time mark.
Okay, there we go.
She's professional. Timestamp.
You know it. All right, y'all. But while I'm waiting to pull this up, what are some of y'all's thoughts? If y'all seen the services, because his actual funeral, like I said, was with his family and his friends was today, but the memorial service was yesterday, and it was very, very, very nice. I think how they did it was really good. Like they came together for him, and I was proud of everybody.
I didn't watch the funeral. Yeah, I didn't watch it for my own reasons. I can't do a whole huge amount of sadness at one time. I can only do little bits and pieces. So I didn't watch the whole thing. But what I did do was I went on Instagram and Facebook to get little clips. And my favorite clip was him, the procession, him on the monster truck, and them Rough Ryders. That was probably the most. That reminded me of Aretha Franklin and all the pink Cadillacs they had.
Yeah,
I thought that was beautiful. Yeah, that was beautiful.
This funeral right here was almost as good as Aretha funeral because that Aretha funeral was showing up good, child.
It was good, but it wasn't Aretha. I took out for Aretha. I didn't go to work. I took PTO for that day.
You had to because it was a full work day. Aretha's was 8 hours.
I took out for Aretha.
Yes, y'all know.
Aretha was 8 hours, child. Yes.
Wait.
But yeah, I watched a couple of clips and I really thought it was beautiful. I saw the clip of his daughter rapping, slipping. Well, in her own version of slipping.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was beautiful. Yeah, I was glad to see all of the people that were there too, and I definitely agree with Swift. So, you celebrate people while they're here, and because once they gone, I mean, it don't hit the same.
And you know what? Speaking of this guy right here, they interrupted. He had said something like they took him off the program. That's another reason why. Like, let me play this real quick so y'all can hear this.
I want to give you a story to how our lives paralleled and cross each other. Tashira said something here tonight that struck me, and I never knew it. She said that she seen X steal a purse or a pocketbook. That's the same thing I did as an adolescent when I was about 9 to 10 years old. And that put me in the group home in Yonkers. That's how I ended up in Yonkers. So I knew Earl Simmons since '89, and he was 7 years my senior. But I was a fan of his before he even realized it, because he was a local hero in the music industry, in the music scene as an underground artist. He did shows at School 12 and in Commerce, and the group home was right next door to Commerce. And I'm gonna tell you something else. This last year of my life, all the time I know Earl, I never said this to him, but I told him a story that happened to me, and he was a part of that story. He was a part of that story. And my name is Jungle, by the way. So I'm letting y'all know for the ones that
I don't even know who no damn Jungle is, but this is how the pastor come and shut it down, child.
He ain't even making no damn sense whatsoever.
Listen.
First of all, no. There's order. There's respect. You violated order. You violated respect. All right. You disrespected my house. You disrespected my house.
What you telling me?
Regardless of how good you think what you got.
I'm glad the pastor handled that well.
Disrespected
he was disrespectful. Like a motherfucker.
God bless you, my brother. God bless you, my brother. God bless you, my brother.
Go back to your seat.
You so stupid. You so doggone silly. But I mean, what are y'all thoughts on that? He was his friend. You know what I'm saying? He said they left him off the program. Ain't no telling. He probably one of them ignorant homeboys that you can't take no goddamn way because they don't know how to goddamn act. They always acting a damn fool. Miss 42, I'm gonna start with you. Did you see that clip?
I just saw it. Woo child is what I put in the chat. I get it. Sometimes you gotta nip shit in the bud, and it can be awkward and uncomfortable. The pastor had to do something. I could not understand what he was trying to say. I did get that he had ended up in a youth home in Yonkers, but it was hard for me to follow him, so I could see where they thought that was a disruption. I don't know. That was a mess to me. That was a mess.
Mizzle. Oh, you said you didn't see it, right? How far are you from where it was, from where his services were?
I live it happened in Barclays, right?
Yeah.
I don't know where that far there. I could take a train ride, but it's still things, so like a couple stops. Like 15, 20 stops, because it's in the downtown. It's in Hoyt. I can take Hoyt, but that's a couple stops. No, I didn't see it. The only car I saw was them winding down the street and leading him to the services. That's what I saw. To be honest with y'all, we don't really watch a lot of celebrity funerals on TV or something like that, because to me personally, when I'm mourning something like that, it had to be someone really close and personal. Even though I watch his music, listen to music like that, that's all I know. It's like that. I don't really know a person to be watching and stuff like that. I can get services and stuff like that, but I just don't watch it. So I didn't really watch the other ones as well either. So he's not the only one I didn't really watch. And I see clips here and there of some of the services, but I really don't sit there and watch it personally, but outside his music, I don't really know him like that. So to sit there and do music, I'll say, okay, that's understanding. I like that. But also, it's not being insensitive on anyone. I just don't watch them. But it is sad that he's gone because he's not around anymore. And if they took him off the service while he was still talk, who put him up there? So I don't understand.
I think he just got up there, child. I think that nigga was like just looking for his spot on the program.
Yeah, but if they took him out of service and he's not supposed to be up there, he just got up there talking. Why didn't he stop him the minute he started talking? Like, who is he?
I think that's why that light-skinned dude that was on the side of him, I think that's why he got up, kind of like, all right, brother, like, hold on, like, you know how them deacons do, the usher people, church workers come and try to calm down the situation real nicely and stuff.
He ended on enough because there was enough for him to take this. So I was like, he's standing there for it. It seemed like he was standing there waiting him to talk. So what is he was standing there for? If he was to put him on, I would say, See, that's exactly how I want to watch this. It's like theatrics to me. It's like it's like go up in my podium and my freaking family thing and trying to talk. If they was in the program, no, you're not getting up there. So like that. No. So that's why I don't be charging with people. I just go there and just watch it and stay there, get my respect and like that. If it was somebody, my mother, something like that, thing, they was trying to go in that podium and talk like they know her. No, that's not happening. So
I'm Miss 42. Sunshine, what's your thoughts? Because I see your wheels turning, girl. I can't hear you.
I'm gonna put another link in the chat for you, Mrs. So you can watch. I forgot this man's name, but whatever his name is, so you can watch him how he broke it down. Okay, I do feel like the man was it wasn't the right time or place. I do feel like from watching the man that link off of the great put in the chat, they took a lot of people off the program. Now my problem with it wasn't the family that took the people off the program. That's
really?
Nope. So I feel like if the family didn't take the people off the program, nobody else should have took the people off the program. Because the thing is, it was people that knew all these celebrities didn't know DMX when he was coming up. It should have been people that spoke, that knew him from the grounds up, and I just feel like, yeah, he a celebrity. But what about before he got to a celebrity? Nobody spoke, that really, really, they know him, but they didn't know him. I think someone besides his wife should have been up there too that knew him from the jump start too. And her speech was great. I think she did an amazing job. His ex-wife, but I think she did an amazing job. I think she did really, really good to me.
But the funeral was produced by Kanye West, girl.
Yeah, and you know what? Kanye made me mad. He makes me mad sometimes when he get his little bipolar stuff going. But I had much respect for Kanye yesterday when I found out that he did all that. Yeah, he did all that because I was asking System. I was like, "Is that Kanye choir, whatever?" Because I was like, "That yeah." I be watching them sometime, and I was like, "That's like how they move or something." Then when they started singing,
that's song. I already mean
yep. I was like, "Yep, that's kind of when Switch confirmed it." I was like, "I knew that was them. I knew it was them." But I think it's a time and place for everything, and I understand the man was hurt. He was hurt. To know someone from, what he say, 1989 or something, he was hurt, and until you lose someone that you grew up with and watched and still was with, and then for people to just knock you off the program and not let you speak and all these celebrities speak, that's a hurtful feeling. Yeah, he could have did it a different way. He could have handled the situation a different way, but I understand his pain too. I do. Yeah. I do. That's just like me being in my best friend funeral, been best friends for 25 years and they take me off the program. I'm going to be hurt. Yeah, I'm not going to handle it like he did, but he a nigga.
Yeah. A Yonkers nigga on top of that. And
his name Jungle. What you think? Jungle. The name Jungle.
I didn't think about that. Tracy, what's your thoughts?
I told my sister, if I go before you better get the best speaking representative from my family to come up and speak for me. Don't you dare send I don't need the person that I used to do my dirt with back in the day who can't articulate themselves well to come up and speak. Don't you send them. Have them write their notes. Have them write what they want to say and send it to the well-speaking, articulate person to come up there and say something at my funeral. Now, mind you, at my, before that, at my service before that, I feel like yesterday was the day for all of his old friends where we used to sell drugs together. We used to do this. We used to do that. All of them should have spoke yesterday at the Barclay Center, not at the church service, not at the church. I guess my views on the church is very different than other people's, but not at the church. Oh, no, you're not. Not there, we not. Because the tangent that he was going down didn't look like a great one to be on. So he could have done that yesterday at the celebration of life when other people was talking. There could have been a better way of getting everybody to tell their stories in a way. But the story that he was telling wasn't about DMX. It was about him, which also
you know what I
off
think
because
too,
he was like,
though,
"Oh, I did this," and I was like, "Okay."
the thing about it though, yesterday was all celebrities. It was all celebrities. The only people that really spoke that weren't celebrities, like were his kids or maybe some producers or nothing. So in a way, I get him being, because today's services was supposed to been for close friends and close family. He said he was close friends and close family. Now I get it being at the church because you can disrespect the church, and the preacher did shut that shit down. But I mean, he a nigga too. I can guarantee you. I guarantee you, if it's my funeral and they don't let my baby sister or my best friend speak, they gonna shut the whole motherfucking block down. Just like if it's my baby sister and they don't let me speak, baby, they gonna
Can
have
I
to
go
put my
next with
motherfucking ass
that?
in the
Can you
can.
tag team in
let's
with that
finish.
anti-momo? Can you tag team in?
Go ahead.
My
You know, one moment. Sorry. Y'all know, I already said I'm a Rough Riders fan. In high school, Rough Riders, EVE, all the way up. We already said that, okay? And we also know that my grandma passed and we had her funeral this weekend, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was such an elation to me that the step up, how DMX came through with the big monster truck and everybody rode through him. And I'm using this reference because when I went to my grandma's funeral, nigga, I stepped out clean. You wasn't messing with me. Okay, you wanted me to be a pallbearer, you wanted me to be all this and that, and it was such an emotional situation. I came through like it was American Horror Story. like, I was clean. I had everything on. I was like, you can't tell me nothing. You won't ever tell me nothing. I had to invoke everything in my body from Jesus to the African ancestors to keep myself together. But we have to appreciate people. This is what I'm rounding it to. You have to appreciate people and step into people like when they pass, or DMX's shit through New York was the most iconic thing I've ever saw. Okay,
I wish I could have seen that.
For a boy like me, a monster truck on a casket running it. That and then when I didn't understand that was happening till the day after. So I rode up to my grandma's shit with the clean Nikes on, you know what I'm saying? I had my little suit on, and they had us walking over trees and stuff, and I'm emotional. I had my cat glasses on, and then I went home exhausted and tuned into my phone, and I saw DMX's thing, and I was like, oh, it's the universe. That's how I felt, okay? This is what it's the universe. Because again, I'm a whole Rough Rider fan, and with him passing, and that was my grandma passing, I just felt like, oh my God. You know what I'm saying? Because I stepped through as they stepped through. That's my whole point. You know what I'm saying? You got to step through. My grandma, in my opinion, in my heart, was a legend. DMX, in our hearts, in our world, was a legend. So that's what I'm saying. That, in my spat of conversation. But I haven't watched the memorial with all the famous people, okay? Mm-hmm. Because I'm going to sit down and I'm going to cry again. I'm going to get my popcorn, I'm going to get my Chardonnay, and I'm going to sit there and watch it. Because with Eve and everybody, because again, Rough Riders, you can't tell me shit, okay? And it's a point of celebration and giving blessings to his passing.
So I have a question. Did y'all watch the whole funeral? Did anybody see Faith's performance?
Faith?
I ain't seen nothing yet.
Was she high?
She probably was. Faith was
Oh, okay.
Shit,
Yeah, I
you can tell I've been smoking marijuana. What you talk about? What this is levels of high, my nigga?
No, I wasn't thinking that type of high.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. A matter of fact,
because when she started passing the mic to the background singers, and the guy was like, "What's the words?" I was like, "What's the words?"
Okay, you're giving spoilers. You're giving spoilers, Tracy. You're giving spoilers. I haven't watched it.
Yeah. It's a long fume, just so y'all know. It's not a funeral, it's a fume. F-U-N-E, it's a fume.
Was it like 4 hours?
4.5 hours, something like that.
I saved it. I just can't watch it yet. I gotta wait.
Wait until tomorrow when there's highlights on it. With like somebody gonna make a highlight video where it's 20-30 minutes long. So that way you can just get straight to what the points are.
And Instagram tomorrow. You see a lot of it on Instagram tomorrow.
You know, it's gonna be all over.
Help us
I
out.
cried. I cried yesterday too.
Oh, I cried yesterday. I cried today. I cried
Bro, I'm tired of crying. I'm tired of crying. I'm so tired of crying. I'm done with crying.
Because DMX was literally my favorite rapper of all times. If there was anybody that I could have met, if there's anybody that I could have tried to counsel or learn from,
forget the counsel.
Auntie Momo, everybody in the panel.
He was definitely on my bucket list.
Wait, listen, on my bucket list.
Not only that, it's like it's crazy because I didn't guess he was fine as hell, but for me, I didn't even really see him in a sexual way like that. Like I really see him as he fine as hell. But it's like he was just him having struggles. Like he was somebody that he would be somebody that I would want to help. Like try to help you get into rehab or try to help you get connected with your family or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
I see that. But you know, just because I always had seen this sex thing too, and I always wanted to know what it was. And all
do y'all
that
know
stuff.
who Paul Mooney is?
I ain't trying to make you my man. I'm just trying to see what you doing this day.
Do you guys know who Paul Mooney is?
Paul Mooney, everybody want to be a nigga, but don't nobody want to be a nigga.
Y'all know everybody know who Paul Mooney is, right?
Yeah, everybody want to be a nigga, but don't nobody want to be a nigga. Yeah, that's Paul Mooney.
That is my number 2 hero. And if that nigga died, y'all gonna have to go swaddle me in a blanket like a baby. That is my second hero. I've met Paul Mooney twice. Well, first time I met him by accident. Second time stalked him.
You going to
Paul
jail?
Mooney, y'all know because I love him.
You
so
in
much.
California? You know they got stalking laws and stuff. You gonna take your ass to jail?
No, not no more. You know what I'm saying? Not no more. But I'm saying, like, when he passed, y'all gonna have to be like, watch. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's a different type of watch because I'm like, oh my nigga, bro.
Andrea said, "We got you." She gonna swallow you, but she gonna swallow you. If Paul Mooney passed away, Andrea said, "I got you, bro."
Y'all ever heard the joke how our teeth are so white? Just say nigga, 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 and your teeth will be white. That's all be so beautiful.
No, but for real though, Momo, it's like, yeah, he had his demons and stuff like that. But when DMX first came out and his delivery, like I don't believe in violence or nothing like that. But he could have smacked me a couple times and just, you know,
against the wall, girl. Yeah.
Hey, that nigga could have barked at me and had my whole fucking paycheck. I don't need that. You can have my wig, everything. I don't even need it.
Yes.
At me, goddammit. I'm there.
I'm not dealing with you, sunshine. You know what? I ain't dealing with you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not dealing with you. You know.
It was his passion and intensity. He was very passionate, very intense. He was thoughtful. Not a stupid man by a long shot. Very intelligent.
Very intelligent.
And he was the Trench.
I think he had a good heart.
Trench was girl. Trench was like
Trench
Copy in the
was
face.
another one. Like, yeah, let me see.
A trench. I called it
Yeah,
trench too, girl. Trench.
He was another one. Like,
yeah, he was fine as hell. R.I.P. to the family, y'all. Our prayers for the kids. But you know what else? What the daughter said that I thought was really touching too. She said that was the one thing that her daddy wanted was for all of his kids to be in one room at once. That was the first time all of his kids were together at once, which should be another thing for people to kind of be like, you know what? Reach out to people who you haven't talked to in a while. Try to make old connections with people, because I know with some people that I haven't talked to in a while that I want to get back connected with and shit like that. Because Lord knows I don't want to see them at somebody's funeral or even show up to their funeral and feel bad because we haven't spoken and we haven't buried whatever happened in so long. You know what I'm saying? But moving right along, y'all.
Oh, I got one more thing on that one.
Yeah.
Something that Swish said. Black people need to get wheels. I agree with him on that. Get them wheels together. Get your business in order. I believe in that. Like so many, Aretha Franklin didn't have nothing in order. James Brown didn't have nothing in order. We as Black people don't never have anything in order. Never have nothing in order. So I agree with him on that. I agree with him on that. And Mizzle, I thought you was frozen over there because I showed to ask Mizzle frozen.
Mizzle like he tired, child. Mizzle been a long damn day.
I'm listening to
Mizzle chilling.
Like I said, I don't watch celebrities, like that. So I hear the highlights. So hopefully tomorrow somebody get the highlights, and I just watch that, and that's it. I don't sit through that for all that time watching it, especially if it's not somebody who's personal to me. Yes, music wise, yes, I like his music and it's like that. But to sit down to listen to, I don't know. I'm not heartless. I just don't sit down to watch celebrities.
You have
I couldn't watch either, bro.
So, who would you watch if they was to pass? You got somebody you would watch. You don't?
No, I feel that because especially if it's sad to him, but he's saying he don't really have like he doesn't make that personal connection.
Yeah,
but for me it's sadness.
I mean,
I feel bad.
I grew up watching a lot of all of this now, like Janet, Beyonce, a lot of this stuff like that. But I will not, if they just pass away, I will not be like.
Beyonce passed.
I won't be that emotional thing. Anybody. I like the music. That's it. That's all I can say. I like the music. When they pass, I hope it's sad. But
I get what he's saying exactly.
Yeah,
they're entertainers. That's what we have in our American society. I'm in Los Angeles. I've walked past people that be like, "Oh, this is that person." I'll be like, "Bitch, I'm trying to go get some fucking chicken wings." Fuck her.
Well, you used to it though.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to give reference to it. It's easy to pass towards those. You don't have to have so much. It's a job. You know what I'm saying? I have more reverence to a nurse than do I have a fucking actor. You know what I'm saying? A nurse is saving like lives and shit, but an actor is just like putting. So I understand. It's kind of like blah. You know what I'm saying? I understand, but it's like blah.
Yeah, I get what I see now. Actors, I wouldn't be sad about no actor. I'd be like, oh, okay, but like Aretha Franklin, that broke my heart.
I mean, she took
that broke my heart. That broke my heart.
There are people that educate your children that need more notoriety than a fucking them. Sorry to be crass, but you know what I'm saying. So there's better things.
Now I'm about to box my son's teacher and his counselor. So probably not them, but I guess other teachers and counselors probably deserve it, but not my son. So not all of them are that great. Just saying.
I'm a firm believer that I'm my kid's first teacher. So I don't need them. I'm their first teacher. I teach them. Start at home. So I get what you're saying about that.
My son, they haven't updated his report since January, and they said, "Ooh, the marking period ended on Friday." Y'all ain't updated not one damn thing since January. I done called, I done emailed, I done went up to the school, and they was like, "Oh, we've been busy." Doing what? Y'all ain't graded nothing since January. What is y'all?
But they haven't graded anything since
Nothing.
January.
He has not gotten one updated grade since January. Wait, I'm lying. Music and art. Look, music and art. They updated their grades.
I was just gonna say that when he get his report card, goddamn it, he better have all A's there, because y'all ain't came and told me nothing else. He better have all A's. I'm coming up there. I'm gonna get everybody's A up there.
So their kids was in school. Deserve it. Then others.
Thank you, boo. I appreciate that.
Was in school. I didn't have. I don't know. I had to clown with the special school district. You had to clown. Yeah, I had to post.
Yeah.
I had maybe once or twice the police was called on me, but I had to grab the little man by his shirt. You ain't gonna tell me what the hell to do with my son. You ain't. I told him you ain't effing had him. I did. So after
I can't. You know what? Me and my husband are balanced, because I'm the one that's ignorant, that's ready to fight, ready to snatch my wig off and go for it. My husband is the calm one that's calming me down. It's like, hold on, look. So you know what? I ain't mad at you.
Yeah, I was a single parent, so I had my mom and all that stuff. So it's like my mom, she can get real bowdy, but she let me handle that situation. So she was like, we both ain't gonna go to jail. You gonna go to jail, and then I'm just gonna come and get you.
Just so y'all know, I took off work tomorrow. So y'all don't hear Mizzle, if I'm not on your live tomorrow, that's because I'm in jail. Just know, I took off work tomorrow because I'm sure about to go up there and act a straight ignorant fool.
We know the call. If we don't see you on the live tomorrow night,
don't play with me about my kids in school. If they wrong, they wrong. Mm-hmm. But when it comes to the special school district, they like to play games with you.
Yes.
But I have to say that happened when my son, he 19 now. That happened when he was like in 3rd grade. After that, the principal had to sit in all the meetings. Then when he transferred schools, they were really happy, but they gave that school for a warning, like, hey, the mom, you gotta have everything intact. The mom is gonna call you out on it. She might, she can get a little round. I was like, so when I went to the new school for the first IEP day, she was like, you are nothing like they said. I said, y'all keep doing what y'all doing. Y'all won't see that side.
You gonna make me act like a nigga, and you gonna be all right. Don't start nothing.
Don't play with me because
Tracy Sundry say, drop your cash app for bail money.
Here, I told his principal, I was like, you can get this version of Tracy, or you can get this version of Tracy. Take your pick. Don't make me no difference. But either way, we gonna have to have a conversation, because they up. I was like, why didn't you tell me? But they sending me emails and saying like, oh, he has a B, oh, he has an A, oh, he has this. But then when you look in the thing, like you actually go down the thing, there ain't a grade in there since January. And I was like, but y'all send me these emails every day to tell me his class work, and y'all ain't updated it since January? I hate these people.
We can't hear you.
I don't have no problems anymore. All my kids are grown and out of school and out of college.
Mizzle.
Yeah.
Mizzle up there looking like he's frozen.
I've been smoking sativa. So what you doing, Mizzle?
No, to be honest, my eyes is naturally low like that. So you think I'm just like, yeah, it's
I look like you done had a session.
Yeah.
Real good.
Daydreaming and reminiscing about some things. What you want?
Say now? You say I'm on the natural high. I feel you, bro.
What you on the natural high? About it, thinking about, brother.
Moving right along. Real quick, do y'all remember who Shock G is of Digital Underground? He died on Thursday or Wednesday night, I believe. TMZ reported it that his father, Eric Riker, found him in his hotel room in Tampa. They don't know exactly how he passed away, but they're saying that it was no foul play. He will have an autopsy done to see exactly what he passed away from. His music has been sampled a lot, and a lot of people don't know that, but Shock G was the one that actually introduced Tupac to the world. You know, Tupac was only in the group very briefly with them. He was the one that I think he produced his Tupacalypse Now and I Get Around. And so he produced those. And so he was the one that introduced Tupac to the world and all that good stuff. So R.I.P. to doggone Digital Underground. Y'all remember? I know y'all old school. Miss 42 Sunshine. I know y'all remember who he is.
Yep, I remember.
You mute.
Oh,
Yeah, that
yeah,
was
I remember
sad.
him.
I think I'm off now. Can y'all hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. That was sad. I really liked him. I know a lot of people liked him. I liked his versatility. So I was reading something, and he was lightweight a musical genius.
Yep.
You know,
Yes.
he had different personas that he can adapt that really made you think that that's who it was at that moment. You know what I mean? So he was an entertainer, and to think that I think he had some issues. I'm not sure what they were, but I know he went to jail a few years ago, or at least was arrested for something. I think he had some drug paraphernalia or something some years ago, maybe I think like 18. But yeah, I think that's sad. And you know, all of our childhood or younger years, the people that we grew up really enjoying, they leaving. Oh, it's sad. It's another sad one.
Am I
What
on
were you
now?
finna say? Yeah, what were you saying?
I was gonna say, like, I was like 7 or 8, and my big brother was in that era of Shock D, you know, EPMD, you know, he was like all that pro black, and that's a reflection of how I grew up. You know, that Shock G, he was alternative rap, you know what I'm saying? He was not the clown, but he was making a point to like stick it to the man at that time. That's how you would say it. You would say that's an old term, stick it to the man. But I grew up with that. My brother listened to all that. He listened to all those prolific black people you can think about that were rappers. We can go down the line. There's so many of them. But his passing is showing me that comical. I'm old as fuck now because my big brother was listening to that when I was little. Okay, so now I'm like, oh, okay, because I know who he is. I see Tupac in the ballet class. I see them at the grocery store doing a performance in front of the grocery store. A lot of people don't know that. You know, there's a lot of artistic things in between what they establish between art. And with my brother, I know those things. You know, so like we look at underground people. My brother looked at those people when they were on the underground. So he knew about Tupac, Jada Pinkett Smith, so many artists that are now here at their level, respectfully. But him passing is death is inevitable. But it's sad that everybody's just trying to remember his name right now because he planted seeds. The seeds he planted, a lot of these motherfuckers sound just like him. They mimic him. It's not, and he's not a clown. He was never a clown. Let's make that sure. Even with the nose, okay, because he had 3 personas. You know what I'm saying? He had 3 personas. Himself, with Humpty Hump, and he had another one with the rock and roll band. So let's make that clear. He wasn't a clown like a lot of these clowns are right now. I don't want to make a rant. I just want to make this clear for hip hop culture, my niggas. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. But he was not a clown. He was not pretending. He did it for an artistic development that created a lot of shit that y'all niggas do now, but you make clownish. So let me stop. But he has deep roots all on the West Coast, all through Tupac, all through everybody before everybody was somebody. He wasn't a nobody. There we go.
Oh, okay.
I agree.
Yeah, so like I said, I know I wasn't big on the hip hop scene like that, so I really don't.
Wait a minute, bro, Sir Neil, can you mute?
Yeah, the hip hop scene, everything. Yeah, the Humpty Hump. I know that song, and I did not know that he did put Tupac on. So I said, oh, that's good, and that's not. If he did get a lot of influences and people artists now and from then and there, more power to him. Not take away from his thing. Even though I wasn't big on the verse in the world, because I would say Shock G. I said, who's that? I really don't know it's like that. These names don't come up to me like that, as well as like pop and R&B's world. So it's sad that another legend who make big influences in the game died, because you don't get people who make staples in the music industry, who people influenced by now, because we don't got people who now originals. It's like that, who make that statement. Like back in the day when we had the music that was very influential. So another legend died and everything, and he will be missed. And hopefully his legacy and his influence continues on.
A lot of people don't know, but he wrote for George Clinton and P Funk, Parliament, another like a old school, but he wrote for them as well. So a lot of his music has been used in movies, even snippets of songs that he wrote from, like I said, from Do What You Like to the Humpty Dance to I Get Around. It's
Auntie
been sampled in a lot of this music that you hear now.
They were considered the P-Funk of rap. They were supposed to transition P-Funk into rap. That's another thing people don't know. They had the blessing already to transition that from the OGs, and you don't get that these days. The blessing, so they give you their samples, their guitarists, everything. They don't have that these days. Sorry to intrude. Sorry.
Tracy, Sunshine.
No, I had my kids cracking up because I was trying to do the Humpty dance for them.
That Humpty dance, that's my damn.
I was around here. My daughter, she was like, really, Bob? I was like, we know who he is, but do you got to be that extra? Like, you don't understand. All our people are dying.
And then I'm superstitious, so they're dying in threes too. Oh Lord, that's a whole nother thing. Right, so
my kids thought I was out here acting silly. They was like, Mama. And I was like, this was the shit back in the day.
As soon as you heard that, I stop what you're doing because I'm about to go in the style that you used to. You're like, oh, that's my shit right there.
Don't forget about the satin on your panties, baby.
Okay. And to this day, I can't never look at a Burger King bathroom the same because of that.
Right.
Because of him. Every time I go to a Burger King bathroom, I'm like, did this nigga get busy in here? Was it this bathroom?
Yes.
I don't goddamn know.
And what's crazy, that era was like, oh my God, the 90s and the
so
music,
fun.
it was the bomb. Like, oh my God.
You know what?
Another thing,
I remember I lost $1 bet to my best friend back in the day. Her name was Ebony Sorrells, because we had bets. I didn't know that Shock G was Humpty Hump, because I was a youngin. I was in middle school when he was popping and all that, like elementary, middle school when all of that was popping. And so I used to listen to Digital Underground and all of it, and Tupac through my older brother Pookie. I would listen to his music. Yes, child, Pookie.
Yes.
Pookie. And he hood as hell. And
everybody got a Pookie in the family.
Everybody got a Pookie that don't play that shit, that stays strapped.
A Pookie and a June bug. A Pookie and a June bug.
And we got a June bug too, and them niggas stay strapped. They don't play that shit. Them the ones you call when you got shit to go down. You trying to bury some bodies. That's what we
and a popper. Everybody got a popper somewhere.
Oh yeah. But I lost a bet to him because I didn't know that Shock G and Humpty Hump was the same person. Because at one time I remember I seen them on it was The Basement with Big Tigger. I didn't know that he would have his brother dress up as Humpty Hump sometimes to sort of keep the character going. I thought they were two different people. Yeah, I thought they were two different people.
He wanted that though. He wanted us to think that.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he wanted us to look at it that way, like it was two different people.
It was artistic. That's why it was artistic. It was more than just, it was not what the machine made. It was what they wanted. They wanted that illusion. They created that. The brothers look practically the same if they took everything off. They were brothers, but they wanted that. But they had that ability. That was a privilege of that era of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? To do that, to create that illusion. It wasn't that hard. It was easy, and we fell for it. But it was magnanimous. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
fucking
Tracy,
Humpty
you
Dance.
was a young
Everybody, if you don't know Humpty Dance,
Digital
I was like
Underground?
Humpty Dance. Okay, again, I was like 8 doing Humpty Dance. I was 8 doing hump, and
I had to
everybody
ask
at the fucking
Tracy,
pool
you a
party.
youngin'. You remember, girl?
Come on, yeah, the Humpty Dance.
Oh.
And
music
was music back then. We were able to understand the lyrics and actually relate to
Yes.
you know.
So everybody name a dance. Go. Auntie Momo first. Go. Name a dance.
The Cabbage Patch, baby. That was my shit right
42.
there.
Ain't this the prep? Remember
Okay,
the prep?
Mizzle, name a dance.
The Pepper Seed.
What?
The what?
The Pepper Seed. Y'all remember the Pepper Seed?
Okay. Okay. He gave example. Okay, Sunshine.
Pee Wee Herman.
Oh, yeah.
Oh shit. Okay. Okay, Tracy.
Dare you?
Yes, the Running Man.
Dare you?
Tracy.
Seriously? So you're just gonna take anything that I could possibly have, really?
Just go read the chat.
It's too many more. It's more.
Yeah, they getting you in the chat. Come on.
So, you got the snake. Do the 2-step, because you know.
Come on, Tracy. It's you. Come on.
We can simply be New York and do a 2-step.
Okay.
Okay, 2-step. All right, mine is the butterfly. There you go.
Oh, that's
Let me see your spirit.
Yeah.
Wait,
remember the Tootsie Roll and the butterfly are 2 separate dances. Remember that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Black Diamond say stanky leg, girl. That's stanky leg. Now that crybaby Sandra. Now see, I got a problem with how they doing the crybaby nowadays. Cause see, I'm old school.
They not doing it right.
They not doing it right. These youngest don't know how to do the for real crybaby. They trying to do the Megan Lee's crybaby. That we don't do that.
But the crybaby actually happened on purpose or on accident. Okay, so let's make that clear.
I don't know, but either way it go, they doing it wrong now. That's not how you do it. You supposed to lay on the floor like the actual baby.
Right. That's what they did with the Running Man, because that new Running Man they do is not the same.
Yeah.
They got a new Running Man.
Goddamn baby.
Yeah. Hey, Third Ward. They got the song with it.
The percolator. Oh, that used to be my shit.
Oh shit!
Not the percolator.
It's time for the percolator. It's time for the percolator.
I was like, how that's a little boy. That
Y'all know I sing that in the morning when I'm getting my coffee. Child, I be in the kitchen like that.
Can't wait with it. Can't wait with it.
Do the brown. That was the shit
girl.
I mean, if we doing that, I mean, I guess you could do like the electric slide, the cha-cha. I mean, the electric slide, the cha-cha slide. You could definitely bring, you know.
See, I need somebody to barbecue now. I'm ready.
I
need somebody to get on the pit, right? Goddamn.
And let's not forget the snake, though. The snake was the shit too now.
Oh yes, child. The jerk, I was just gonna say yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Oh Lord, I need somebody that barbecue, get on somebody's uncle out there on the pit, right? Goddamn.
With them sandals on your head on.
Yes, with his deacon barbecuing one piece short set on with the Jesus sandals.
Yes.
Baby, that's a good barbecue coming out that pit.
Wait. With your cousin's friend that come with your cousin that you be the friend that come, you be like, hey.
Shut up, Sir Neil. You telling all the business. You telling all the business.
Yes.
You ask your cousin,
Like,
your homeboy.
Wait, no, with his we grew up with his homeboy, but don't nobody know. But it's I went for my cousin to come with his homeboy because nobody knows. Yeah, like hey.
The South Side, little Kiki. Come on, Third Ward. They don't. You got to be from Texas to know about the South Side, little Kiki, and all of them. Okay, but yes, Sir Neil, I already know. Be like, that's our cousin, like we got the same blood kind of cousin.
No, I'm talking about my cousin bringing his best friend.
Now my cousin. The friend too. Hey, friend cousin.
Y'all no blood in between.
Right, no blood. I remember I went to my friend. I was probably about 17, maybe. I went to my friend family barbecue. It was their family reunion. And her cousin, he always liked me and whatever. So I was like, hey cousin. He was like, you ain't my dang go.
Right?
cousins. We ain't blood.
That's all I needed. It was
that
a
boy was
wrap.
trying to get up in that cooking shit. Y'all had messed up.
I was hollering. I was like, hell no.
He said, ain't no cousin around here up there. Trying to see what's going on,
Baby.
doggone it. Let's see, y'all. Moving right along. Next we're gonna talk about briefly is Baby Blue Whoa of Sir Neil Mute. Echoing like I'm at the Dog Pound concert. Baby Blue Whoa, Pretty Ricky was shot, y'all. Shot on, I believe it was Wednesday night. He was at his album release party in Tampa, I believe it was. Yeah, it was in Miami. Him and another friend were in an alleyway. They were out there smoking. Two hood niggas came up to him, tried to get him for his chain. A fight broke out, and he was shot once in the shoulder. Now, there's a video that's going around. I'll find the video, and I'll put the video down in the chat. I'm not going to put the video up because it's bleeding and all of that. And YouTube been tripping lately. YouTube trying to get all the niggas below points. So I will put the link up in the description so y'all can go and find that, or in the chat. But
look at that.
They're saying that he possibly got set up. What they're saying is, because the nigga is still a hood ass nigga. And so he still goes to the same hood and basically still hangs out with the same hood niggas. And supposedly it's a rumor. I don't know how true it is. I seen it off the internet, so it could or couldn't be true. But the rumor is he got set up because he's still up in the hood, shining and grinding and all of that. And niggas is broke. They hungry. And so supposedly they set him up to get robbed. I don't know how true that is. But what are some of y'all's thoughts on this? And now another rumor was, one more thing I forgot to tell you. A rumor was that he's in the hospital, that he has to learn how to breathe and walk all over again. If he's able to talk and smile and all of that, ain't the nigga already breathing? I mean, I'm not saying that to be ignorant or nothing like that, but like, how does that work? I'm in the medical field. That's what I'm asking. So I don't understand it.
They said he was on a respirator. I think all of that was when it first happened. Okay.
Okay.
I haven't read any serious details, like, once he got to the hospital. I know he went into surgery, but I don't, know if he needed the respirator then. But that's my thought, is that he probably needed the respirator then. They probably made some quick judgments. But I read today on TMZ, I think they said, I didn't see the video, but they said there was a video released of him walking down the hallway on a walker. I don't know if it was yesterday or today, but they were saying it was after he had been told that he needed to learn how to walk and breathe again. He's not on the respirator. I heard that as well. So it sounds like he's doing good. I do need him. See, sometimes people get frustrated when you say stuff like this, but you can't do some of the same things you used to do when you get to another level. This chain he got on, can you scroll? Look at this chain. Whether he was set up on purpose or not, that chain is calling for somebody in the hood to come snatch it. Period.
Yes, child.
Period. So he could have been set up, or
hell.
somebody was walking by and saw it and wanted it. You sometimes you just can't do the same things you used to do. It would be nice if you could, but sometimes you just can't. And you know better than anybody. He should have known. He knows where he was at, and if he a hood nigga too, he knew he knew what type of situation he was in. So I guess he standing in the alley smoking. Like, it's just some things you gotta be a little bit more aware of, paying attention to your surroundings, and maybe the chain shouldn't have been on at all in this circumstance. After was it a performance or something?
It was his album release party.
After the party, maybe we might have need to take this piece off.
Album release party?
It was supposed to be his album release party.
Okay, publicity maybe?
I mean, of course he wanted to look good and shining and all that.
What you mean?
Third ward. I was just going to say that, Third Ward. I was just going to say that. Where was it with him having a piece and chain on that big? I feel like he should have a piece on the side of you as well. Like
his nose was screaming. his
His
goons were screaming over his body and
That
crying.
wasn't a
That's what they
goon. The
was
guy that
doing.
was screaming over him was not a goon. He was a lanky person, light skinned to me that had dread.
Well,
that was one
it
of his
was what
boys.
something like a goon. That's all he had with him. So yeah,
Yep.
them the kind of goons he had. they
Well,
were
he need to get some new
You gotta
goons because they
level up
didn't
the
do their
goon. You know what I'm
job.
saying?
Yeah, my goons, them goons ain't worth a damn. Hell, they
You
gonna
gotta
sit up
level
there
up
and
the
cry like a
goon,
little
bro.
old bitch.
Yeah, it's
Lizzie,
sad
what's
though.
your thoughts?
I'm glad he okay.
I know you remember Pretty Ricky now. Don't you remember Pretty Ricky?
Yeah.
Okay, so he can't be there with you.
Yeah. No, Pretty Ricky came around the time. Let me see if I remember. I remember listening to them around college time. So that's around time. Around 2004, 2000, around that time. I don't know. Yeah, just looking at that chain now, I ain't know the details of why he was in the hospital, what happened to him and everything. But I do agree. When you upgrade your life or something like that, but you just can't stun and shine like you used to, and or go back to the club or go back to a neighborhood, because people will always feel some type of way that you left them and all stuff like that, and then you flashy and maybe you haven't been around your neighborhood like that, and then you go around with that big old chain. They will say, "Oh, okay," and then I was like, not for nothing, who is hitting for blue like that anyway? Pretty weak after the group, like how much relevance they had. I mean, we did love hip hop. But other than that, that's it. It's like that. So I would go up to him, like, do something like that. I just want to just go for the chain and stuff like that. But for him, I didn't like that. I mean, then it wasn't well worth to be in a hospital and you got to walk again over that chain. I know it's a lot of money. It's like that. But I know sometimes most celebrities don't show their stuff. But I wouldn't lose my life over the chain like that. Come on, not that. It was like, whatever. It's like that. I mean, you fight for it. It's like I said, we get some people lose their life over smaller things than that. So while you have the money to get it to buy another one, even though probably you go so like that, I spent a lot of money on this. I am not making bank on the music and stuff like that on the TV to buy another one. But still, why you lose your mind on that? So that's that. And him not having a strap on. I mean, he said from the hood and stuff like that, but sometimes most of these celebrities don't have guns on. They have people around them who to protect them and stuff like that. And like I said, who does he have an entourage like that? Like I was saying, since the Pretty Wicked days, who check for him like that? So that's what I feel like that. But it is sad that he had to lose. He had to basically almost walk again and go to the hospital because of this chain. And look at that chain. It is big and flashy. So you just go down showing that off. That's like something you put on in that event inside. If you're going outside, take it off, take it away, and just use it and stuff like that. And then nobody know you had that chain on. That's it.
I agree. Mm-hmm. Sunshine.
Okay, so for one, he a Leo. I see his birthday August 13th. Leos are flashy. The men Leo, they flashy. So he like to be seen. And for me, ain't no way in hell I'm gonna go in the hood with that necklace out. No way in hell I'm gonna go in. No. Mizzle, is you muted? I mean, Sir Neil, you muted. Oh.
Not Sir King.
Sir Neil.
That's her name.
Sir Neil, you muted. But yeah, I wouldn't I don't know. I just feel like you need to leave the hood in the hood. It's all right to go visit the hood, but you need to dress down when you go in the hood. You can't, because you're gonna always have people in the hood that's jealous of you. And I just feel like we forget that. We forget that. So I mean, to me, he did it to himself. He set his own self up. Even if somebody did set him up, he helped them set him up by going out there in the hood with that on. That thing look bigger than him. And he's short. You can look at his picture and tell he's short. So
yep. He ain't no more than like maybe 5'4" at that. He's
I
little
wouldn't even give him that. I give him about 5'2", 5'3", looking at that picture.
Wait. I was so upset when I found out how short he was. Because I was so upset because, you know, I like thick niggas with big ass heads, i.e. my husband. When I found out how short that nigga was, I was like, call the police. What the fuck? How? They made that nigga look so tall forever. I felt,
nah, he a little old bitty thing.
Little ass nigga.
And the chain is ugly. It's ugly. It is ugly. It's big. It's gaudy. It's ugly.
Tracy.
Yes, I agree. Tracy?
Y'all know I'm ignorant, right? Y'all do know I'm
please
ignorant.
Be.
Now, why that boy spent his whole PPP loan on that doggone chain? Y'all knew he wasn't about to let nobody take that. I don't know why y'all playing. He was about to die over that. That's his whole PPP loan. So he got to get them people that money back. He got to go melt that sucker down. Y'all know he wasn't about to get that up. Come on now. I'm happy he lived. I'm happy he got all his faculties with him. He can walk. He can move. Good for him. But that's that PPP money right there. That's what he did. He strapped it around his neck. Gone somewhere.
See, I went back and looked. No, if you go back to his old pictures, he always wore big jewelry like that. That's not nothing new for him. I mean, I'm talking about back. I went back and looked back in the day, like when they first came out, he had big chains like that.
He was a little
nothing new.
Yep.
This is nothing new for him wearing big flash.
When is it my
He
turn?
is a Leo. A Leo. I'm married to a Leo and I birthed a Leo. They flashy.
Oh, he flashy. Because if y'all remember him back on Pretty Ricky, he had like a real thick chain that was just like diamonds out. And I was like, oh, those are some pretty cubic zirconias. But they could have possibly been diamonds, but it was just thick, just gaudy. I was like, oh, okay. But yeah, y'all better leave that poor man alone. He had to do something with his PPP loan.
It is.
He bought a chain.
It is.
He bought a chain.
What's your thoughts?
I agree.
My thoughts is I'm surprised that everybody thought that shit was real because it was all fake.
Oh.
Every stone, every metal, every mineral, every atom, every molecule, it was all fake. Yes, he did it. And like I said, I'm so sorry that his big head, thick ass got shot. Big head, thick niggas don't need to get shot because we all need them because they're beautiful. But all that jewelry he had
with all that beard,
his diamonds was fake. His metal, the mineral, it was all fake. So and the person that shot him is the stupid motherfucker because he thought it was real. Okay, you cannot be living in an apartment with 2 bedrooms and have over $1,000 on your neck. It makes no sense whatsoever.
It don't make no sense, but
let's give a blessing to the big head, thick niggas across the world because they're so cuddly and beautiful.
Yes,
but they're not buying shit like that. If your husband coming with something like that, you need to kick him out the house.
No, my husband, no.
I'm gonna leave it at that.
They have they're flashy, but they're flashy in their own way. My husband's flashy with cars and motorcycles.
Okay, and wait,
like, you don't have a nice car, you don't have a nice motorcycle, stuff like that.
Besides the jokes, let me have some common sense right now. Okay. If you walking around with all that worth around your neck in your person with your family whatsoever, would you not have security?
Hell yes.
No. Well, if he thought he was in his hood,
I wouldn't wear it.
But that makes you more. That makes you. Why would you go to your hood with a lot of people that are underprivileged than you?
They
still in poverty.
All right. This is the thought process of an ignorant nigga. So here we go, right?
Very embarrassing.
I got it. You ain't gonna do nothing about it. I'ma floss out because that's what I do, and we gonna have a good time. And then there's the one real ignorant one that's like, ooh, but you got it and I want it, so I'm gonna take it.
Yeah.
That's just
niggas with nothing to lose ain't got nothing to lose, and they gonna go for it whether they think it's real.
Yeah, I don't know the context of Brandy's statement, but I'm gonna just use this as reference.
It was
embarrassing
ugly
if you go back to your hood with a chain on that much worth of money and you're going back to an impoverished area and you're trying to flash on people. I think that's embarrassing on the person wearing the chain. You should be embarrassed for going back to your hood to show that I made it. I think that's fucked up. I don't give a fuck. I think that's fucked up.
In the project. I'm just saying,
that makes no sense. Why?
I don't know.
You can take the end out the hood, but you can't take the hood out the end.
That's a word right there.
You know, but real niggas know, even you can dress up in some blue jeans and a motherfucking white t-shirt, your regular hood shoes, a nice chain. You don't have to go with the Louis Vuitton, the Bugatti and everything and get the same representation.
But the hood ones do that. They do that. They live to do that. They can't wait to get back to the hood and they what you say, Tesla? Yeah, they can't wait for that. I got a family member years ago, back when the Cadillac DTS, the bigger body Cadillac, was really popular. So he messed around and was able to get one living in the hood. And he didn't even have like clothes. So I expected him to get out of the caddy clean, and he never did. Like every time I saw him, he had on a Cadillac sweatshirt that came with the car. That was the only thing he would wear every single time. And I was like, you such a hood nigga. Like, this is your priorities. Like, you don't even have no clean clothes, getting out the whip. Got this beautiful Cadillac, but you getting out looking like a bum. What is going on here?
Funny.
Like you backwards.
Funny. Well, he learned his goddamn lesson now. If nothing else, if you're gonna go to the hood, have some goons with you, have some security. You never know. It probably wasn't in the budget for him. Because hell, he having an album release.
It was in the chain.
No, thank God he survived. Thank God he survived. But that was another angle. This is me, my opinion. Another angle. I was surprised when whoever mentioned he has a new album come out. Who was that? Was that you, 42?
He was at his album release party.
He was at album release party, yeah.
Okay, so that's why it's like, you know how they do all these theatrics for their albums and stuff like that. I don't want to say anything negative, but these niggas do anything nowadays. Getting shot.
I don't think the niggas shot his damn self, man.
I don't know. What if they would have missed?
I just wanted to bring it up. You know,
it was over a little this way.
Niggas is stupid, but niggas ain't dumb.
Well,
I don't know now.
That's crazy.
I can see some people doing it for insurance purposes or something like that. They might get something like that.
Especially releasing the album.
He fucked up. Whoever the shooter was, they fucked up because they damn near killed his ass. They didn't.
And remember, the only time I heard about the album is because y'all talked about him being shot. I knew nothing about the album, so that's how it's gonna go. Somebody he coming out with a new album, but he got shot. So that's what just happened right now.
Well, did they get the chain? I didn't know he
was. Prayers going out to the family. Hopefully that nigga don't wear that big ass, tacky ass goddamn chain. And next time, have your cousin them with you or something, nigga. Damn.
That was his cousin.
Pookie
they
and
was
hollering with them and Peanut. They would have not.
He need to have right.
The one hollering and crying. The one hollering and crying.
With him next time. Call my brother Pookie.
Okay.
Yeah, they
gonna
was hollering
protect you
and
all
crying.
goddamn night.
I'm not even gonna say it.
Last thing, y'all, we wanted to get into tonight. But one of the last things, hopefully we can find a good note to end on. How the hours, the hour of getting the job.
Turn mute yourself.
To turn on mute. Within the same hour of getting the George Floyd verdict, that night, it came out that it was a 16-year-old by the name of Bryant who was shot by an officer in Ohio. Now, when the story first came out, I had merely heard that a girl was shot by a police officer Police is out here killing us again. And she was shot for no reason. She called the police because they came to jump her and she didn't do anything. The police came out and they shot her and they killed her, right? Well, thank God for Tracy. Tracy always keeps me in the loop of everything. When I tell you Tracy keeps me in the loop, Tracy is my TMZ, goddammit. She sent me the actual video that the police had dropped the police cam footage that night, actually, probably because they wanted to get ahead on the story. Well, when the story finally unfolded, they released the police cam footage, and what it was now they're still unclear on who it was that called. When the story first came out, they said that Makia was the one that called the police, saying that there was some girls outside that were going to jump her. Another story I heard that the girl in the pink was actually the one that called and said that there was somebody out there that had a knife and was threatening to stab them. And then another story I heard that I believe it was some lady at the foster home where they were had called and said that they were fighting outside. So still unclear about who actually made the call. But when the officers showed up, Makia came out and she's wielding a knife in her hand. She goes towards one girl. The girl ends up getting knocked over. Some grown-ass man comes, which we later find out is Makia's father, kicks the girl in the head. Luckily, he misses. His foot doesn't connect with that girl's head. But it was at this time that Makia goes and lunges towards another girl with the knife in her hand. The police officer did not yell, stop, drop your weapon, any of that. And he lets off 4 shots. Now, she does end up passing away, they said, at the hospital later on. But my thing is, I'm going to just give y'all my thoughts on this. Now, like I said, when the story first came out, yes, I was one of those people that was upset because I figured, I'm going off the story of everybody else. The police is out here killing us. She didn't do nothing wrong. She called because she was in fear for her life. But when the story came out, what actually happened, and then later on we find out that the fight ended up stemming from the foster mother telling them to clean up. The girls were fighting because the woman told them to clean up. The 2 girls that came there, they actually used to live at that foster home. They ended up coming home because they seen that the house was messy and junky. And again, this is according to one of the witnesses that was there. The girls came home and they seen the house was messy and junky. And they started fussing with Makia, saying that you live here and mama shouldn't have to be cleaning up behind you. Mama shouldn't have to do this, that, and the other. And it escalated from there. Now, I do not in any way, shape, form, or matter feel like that officer should have shot and killed that girl. However, I do feel like he was responding to a call of somebody with a knife that was threatening to stab somebody. That's all he had to go on. He didn't know who had the knife. He didn't know who made the call. He don't know who he was going to arrest or who the suspect was with the knife. He just knew that somebody called saying that there was a knife and they was threatened to stab somebody. I feel like he should have used his taser to stop her. However, I do feel like he was meeting her deadly force with his deadly force. I don't feel like the shooting was justified. However, if he would have let that girl stab that other girl, then it would have been on the officer. Oh, he didn't protect that other girl. If I don't feel like, I honestly, and this is just my thoughts, my opinions, I don't feel like it would have been any different if it was a white person, a black person, whatever. I feel like the motherfucker just seen a knife and he grabbed his gun and he just started shooting, period. I don't feel like she should have lost her life. However, I do think us as Black people, we are so programmed to the police and the system and everything being against us that a lot of times we only see things for face value for what it is. We don't necessarily look deeper into what certain situations are and what causes are that led up to certain situations. That's just my thoughts and my opinions on that. But Yeah, Miss 42, I'll start with you. What are your thoughts on?
Hold on, wait. Auntie
Go
Mama,
ahead.
you did hear
Go
him
ahead.
screaming out "Blue Lives Matter" probably like 2 or 3 minutes after the shooting, right?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Okay.
I heard that. Yeah, I did.
So this angle that we're looking at, that's his body cam.
That's his body cam. Yep. And
So
that
when I
was
look at
literally
that,
a half a second before stabbing her.
shooting her. Okay. So when I look at that, I don't believe that he should have shot her. I absolutely believe that
I
he should have
don't.
used
Yep.
his taser. Um,
Mm-hmm.
you can look at this from a bunch of different ways. If he had waited a few minutes, that girl in the pink could have been dead.
Yep.
If the issue I had was the fact that he actually shot her. I get
Yep.
that he needed to stop her. He did need to stop her because the girl, he's standing there and she don't care. You see her right there. She's
Yep.
ready to take this girl in the pink out. So we can see that clear as day. She's not respecting the authority that's there. I'm sure he said something or she saw him. Maybe she did. Maybe she was so mad. Mind you, she's 16, right? Maybe she was so
Mm-hmm.
mad that she couldn't see nothing but her target, which
Mm-hmm.
is the girl in the pink. But shooting her, I don't think that was necessary. And so I don't know. It's this is an unfortunate situation because the timing is horrible. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? When it happened and the climate that it happened in is horrible because we're gonna look at all of these killings with a fine tooth comb. Like, could you have chose a different route? I do believe he could have tased her and still had a better result, but still saved everybody's life. At that point, he would have saved the girl, Micaiah, and this young lady in the pink. So it's just, this one is a mess. This one, I don't have a whole lot of opinion on what should happen, because I can't say what I would have did. I'm looking at this picture, this photo, and in 2 seconds, that girl in the pink would have been dead. So I don't know. I mean, it's a hard call. I wish he would have used his taser.
Mm-hmm.
That's it for me.
Mizzle.
All right. So when I read the story, I was just like you, I was hearing different things. I know they say that she called the police because she was getting jumped, all that stuff like that. Now with the call, one of the videos I saw was 2 calls. One call was a little murky. You couldn't really hear. It was getting out and said, "Somebody do this. Can you come on?" He was like, "What? Can you say something like that?" All right. And another call, and I guess someone was outside, said, "We see a girl with a knife," and stuff like that. So that's what he was going out. With things like that, even with mass shooters like that, you don't see like cops come with guns blazing and a lot of stuff like that. With stuff like that happen when you see deadly force weapons being used and heard. So I think their protocol is not to use their taser. Even though I wish he should have did something else, it's like that. But when he see get a call that someone used a knife and he actually saw a knife in the hand, then it just happened so fast. Usually, I don't know, maybe they should have said, "Stop, dudes are free, where's the rest of the people?" We see the other cops come into after he shot her, and then they come out and say, "Where y'all came from?" It was only one person. So it was like, I wish they just stay or shoot the air or something like that, or tell her to stop and everything, or moving faster, or have somebody with him. It was so much. So I can't fault the cop 100%, and I can't say that she was 100% warm because. And then I don't know, it was like this jumping thing. When you saw the video, she was coming out chasing one of the girls who went to the ground. So I was like, that. And then she went after the other person. And then this guy here. My biggest person who should be for at this is the adults in the situation. Because if she did call,
Absolutely.
if she did call the thing and was waiting for the cops to come, any other way, I would have had her outside with that knife on her hand when the cops come in, when they know they trigger happy. It's like, knife on her hand, no. Or I shared her from the girls, tell the girls to go somewhere else. The situation was letting them fight until they got upset that she got shot, which I understand It is an upsetting thing. But this happened from a jumping. They was coming from a side of the building. So about all that time before the cops got there, nobody could have stopped the girls or separate them, shield Micaiah from this. If there was a dope older teenage girl, just like that, older than her, why didn't that happen? That situation with the cops should never happen if they not let the girls fight. And that's my thing about it. It's like they failed her, to me. And that's my opinion. They failed her because she would not lost her life if she like that. Understand? She got jumped. I didn't see the jumping. All I saw that she came after the girls. It's like that. It could be possible she was getting jumped. It could be possible. But from the video standpoint, I didn't see that. It seemed like she was the one who was coming at the girls. So he was going by that. And it just sucks she had to lose her life with that. Like I said, it could have been other tactics. Like with mass shooters, it's a bunch of one of the guys going and none of them start shooting like that. But you see the girl coming at the understand you gotta protect another life. So he was seeing that in the moment. But you can't use the same logic when the mass shooter's doing it. It's like, what's the difference? Well, we know the difference. I mean, that's not something I want the answer for, but I know the difference. It's like white and black and everything. But it is sad. And she shouldn't have lost her life, but the people at the thing should be fought. Yeah. Whatever the age of the girls are, is the fact that they had the teenage daughter fighting these girls while she had a knife in her hand. Know the cops was coming in the scene if she called the cops, and they let her keep fighting and come out there, and then they weren't. It was no consideration for her to stop or shield her for anything else that happening. Let these teenage girls jump your daughter, and then they did just stop it before that happened. So that's my opinion about that. It's sad that it happened, and it's unfortunate. We probably the cops protocol is to use their gun straight forward when they see a deadly force being done, a weapon. I wish it'd be a taser, but sometimes the discharge changing when that's not happening like quick, the spectrum of fire, it might not hit the clothes like that, it may miss, and then get a stabbing. So it's a lose-lose situation in all ends. I just feel like they failed that girl by having no fight out there.
Mm-hmm. And even if them girls were in their 20s, I'm just judging off of looks alone. You just looking at this picture, she look like she in her 20s too. I mean, if we going by that, she look like she in her 20s too. She don't look like no 16-year-old just based off of this right here. And yeah, I get it. The cops should have had more information before they came to a high intensity scene, but that's all they had was the couple of phone calls that were made. And the main point of that was somebody had a knife and they out here threatening people. But at the same time, though, there was a grown, look, Angie just said it. There was a grown ass man that was out there that tried to kick one of those girls in the head. Where was that nigga's antennas when Makia was running around with a goddamn knife?
But they called them two girls over there. So
can y'all tag me in, please?
Yeah, go ahead. I just wanted to get that out. They called them girls over there.
Okay, this is a whole ignorant situation. This is a whole unfortunate situation based off of ignorance. Okay, on everybody's part, from the foster mom, from the knife wielding young lady, from the police officer. Okay, but from the police officer's perspective, he should at least maimed her, shooting her in the calf, back of the arm, not killing her. Okay, because that's why you go through training. Period. Don't nobody become no Walmart registered cashier without going through training. Don't nobody go through no motherfucking working at the nowhere without training. Appropriate training. He did not use any of his training. He walked in there like it was his first day on the job. That's my point. Okay? Because there's more than one way to stop an assailant than killing them. Off top, period. Okay? This was a dangerous situation, but look how she's standing. Again, we're basing on this picture. Take out her calf. She would have fell down to the ground. She wouldn't have been able to swing that knife at all. Okay? Why is the young lady calling the police and not the adults in there calling the police? Why are they calling A, B, or C and they're not calling the police? They're coming to fight. Did y'all catch that?
Yeah.
The adults are not calling the police. They're calling people to come to fight.
That's crazy.
Right? Or am I wrong?
No, you're right.
Yeah, you're right.
That's probably why she had the knife, because she didn't.
Okay.
Nobody was protecting her.
And remember,
herself.
she called the police, right?
Mm-hmm. No, well,
Okay,
we
so all
don't
the
know.
adults are calling.
We don't know. No, we don't know. First, it was a story that she called, but later on, it was a story that the girl in the pink was the one that called, and then it was somebody, either the foster mom or somebody else was the ones that called. I don't think it was true that Makia called. I think
This
that was a
story is so
rumor.
convoluted. It's like
I
a
know.
lot of these. It becomes not. I don't want to say convoluted. It becomes muddy because everybody doesn't want to tell the whole truth because they want to protect people. You know how we have that tie in the hood, don't snitch and stuff like that, but you want your justice. Right now, this is muddy. This is a muddy situation, and a lot of these killings are becoming muddy because we don't get reference or resolve with them or how it actually happened. It's mud like a motherfucker. Yeah, she has a knife. Yeah, she was trying to kill somebody. Officer could have shot her, took her out without killing her, and that's my opinion. Don't get mad at me, people. But he could have took her knee out and that's it.
Trust me, I agree. I have close family members and friends who are on the police force, and I ask them all the time, why are y'all trained to shoot to kill? And their thing is the torso. If somebody's running or somebody's doing something, the torso is the one thing that doesn't move. The arms, the legs, and the head all move. That's why they always shoot towards the torso. But it's messed up. It's very, very sad. Tracy, what's your thoughts on this, sis?
Her neighborhood failed her. Her people, they failed her. Yes, I get that. At the same time, if we have mass shooters who are white who shoot and kill police officers, innocent bystanders, and everything else, and they all get to get walked out in handcuffs, there is no reason that someone with a knife should then be dead. If the person with the gun gets to be walked out, why would the person with the knife then need to die? Those two don't make sense. The only difference between those is the color of the people's skin. That is where the key difference starts to lie. So if you have the thought process to, if someone is a shooter, they're an active shooter, they have a gun, they're killing people, you figure out a way to disarm them and get them to, be arrested, then you mean to tell me that the knife is more deadly than a gun? This doesn't make sense. So I understand when people say, oh, she had a knife, she could have killed the other person. Okay, we have people with guns who have killed multiple people, but they get to be handcuffed, put in the back of a cop car, and walked out. So we can't then say like, oh, well, it's okay for this one, but not for that one. No. If I can kill 6 people, including a cop, and be walked out, then me with a knife, I should be able to be walked out too. Again, I grew up as a fighter, so I've been jumped. I've had weapons. So when I think of it, like, could this have been me? Probably. It absolutely could have. So when I look at it from the stance of, if you are trained to disarm when you are white, then you should be trained to disarm when you are black. If it's okay to then, because we can look at white offenders attacking police with knives and they don't shoot them. Like, how more imminent is the threat when they're attacking you with a knife and they let you live? Again, it turns into, you have a whole belt full of tools. You have bear spray. You have a taser. They have non-lethal bullets. They have options. They choose to use what is convenient based on the person that they're coming to apprehend. Because if you ever been hit with a rubber bullet, they hurt. They take people eye out. They hurt. They are not this just, oh, we're just going to keep going. No, they hurt. They can do real damage. So I'm at the point where it starts to then say, okay, I get it. This isn't such a cut and dry, clean scenario of this person was doing nothing and then the cops killed them. But if this same scenario had been a white on white crime and a bunch of white kids fighting, nobody would be dead. Because it's happened too many times.
I don't think that.
They get to walk out. I can give you 3 videos.
I think in but I think in this particular situation, he had all the information he had was somebody had a knife and they threatening to stab somebody. That's all he had.
Yep.
So I don't feel like it would have mattered if they were white, black, whatever. His job was to go there to diffuse what he was taught or what he's seen as a violent situation. Now, yes, regardless of what color, I feel like he should have used a taser, but I don't feel like it would have mattered if they were white or black. He seen a knife and he walked up and he seen a knife. He seen somebody getting ready to be stabbed. His first instinct was to save this person from being stabbed. No, that's just my thoughts.
No, but there is other instances that they did where it was a white on white crime with knives. I mean, person was stabbed up bloody who had been stabbed. The person with the knife still was arrested. They didn't die. So it's not like it happened.
Right, but it depends on how the dynamics of the situation are. That was that situation at that time with that information that officer had. This is a totally different situation, a totally different climate, a totally different scenario.
The only way that he could have got this Micaiah, based off this picture, the only way that he could have gotten her unharmed and handcuffed was to wait for her to stab this girl, because that was her mission. If you look at this photo, her only mission is to stab this girl.
What I was gonna say.
So there, other than a taser, now the taser may have, I think he should have used a taser. Mm-hmm. But if he didn't use the taser and didn't use the gun, the only way he could have got her in handcuffs was to let her kill the girl first and then jump on her and arrest her. That's the only way he would have been able to do that without hurting her. It's no other way. But she was on a mission.
Yeah.
Do y'all know what a catch-22 is?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Damned if I don't, damned if I do.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
This is one of those situations.
Yep.
I agree.
Yep.
Because Justice 42 trying to explain the young lady in the pink would have caught that knife and would have been dead, or the police officer would have. But I still agree that he should have shot the lady with the knife in her calf, her back to take her down.
Shot in the ass cheek or something.
Or a taser. Yep.
But it's a catch-22 because she was attacking and charging towards someone with a knife. We cannot divide this black, white, Asian, anything. Anybody charged, and he did his job. We're in a sensitive situation where a lot of us are getting killed weekly, all the time. So we're on hypersensitive. We're hypersensitive to these things. But this right here, the young lady, contrary to the whatever happened before.
I just want to understand. Anybody with a knife who could potentially be killing someone should be shot. So that should be universal across the board. Right?
No, so there's levels to it. There's levels to it. I've seen people here. I've seen people here on Hollywood Boulevard running around with the knife, crazy people with the big ass butcher knife, and the police subdue them, surround them, and they'll taser them. That's a knife, but they'll taser them because they're not attacking someone. There's a difference between someone wielding a knife and
I understand that.
But we have to actually understand this young lady was defending her life. Yes, we have to look at both sides. But she was going to stab someone to protect herself.
She was going to kill this girl right here.
She was, and she said it. So we have. it's everybody's allotted to their opinion, but we have to understand the point at hand. This is not a racially motivated killing. Period. And that's where I'm standing. This was not a roast.
I don't feel like it was either.
Okay.
That's
so
it.
my question is, if someone has a knife, they have cut a person, and they are still going at that person, they should be shot, just like she was. Right?
No, tased.
Yes.
I think tased, but shot.
But not tased, because she was not tased. She was shot. And we're all saying that because she had a knife, she was going after this person with a knife, and this person could potentially be killed, then that, the shooting was then justified, kind of, and it wasn't racially charged. But if they have someone who has already cut the person and going after them to cut them again, and they were able to not be shot, how is it this case is able to be shot, but this one isn't, when they've already cut the person and going after to cut them again?
So what do you think should happen? Tell me what you think should have happened.
I'm thinking that it should be universal. If it then means that if this person has a knife, then the thought is not to shoot first. It should be the same across the board and universal. If they're going after someone with a knife, where Michaela, she hadn't actually stabbed someone, she was in the act. They had a similar case where they had already stabbed the person and was going after them to stab them again, and they weren't shot. So my question then turns to, if for this instance it's okay to shoot, but that one it's not okay to shoot, why are we now drawing the line that it's okay for one but not the other? Because they were both actively
because not one. It's not.
They're not the same officers. Yeah, it's not the same officers. It's not the same people. The situation is different. Everybody thinks different. Nobody is the same. So this officer is looking at his situation and he's assessing it, and he handled it in the way he did. I still don't think he should have used his pistol. He should have used a taser. However, somebody just asked a beautiful question in the chat. If I was the chick in the pink, shoot the hoe.
Thank you. That's how I'm thinking.
I'm just saying.
I'm thinking at whoever was on. If it wasn't, just think, Tracy. If your son was in a fight with somebody, and your son is that girl in the pink, and it's somebody else that's coming at him to fight him, got a knife, and they're swinging that knife, and that knife is going. If somebody has a split-second decision, if I had to pick up a rock and throw a rock at him, or do I try to go and charge him with my body? Or if I have a gun, if I have a knife, do I pick up and go and stop them? I think like that, if that was my child on the other side of that blade, not even my child, if that were my sister, my friend, my coworker that I love, shoot that motherfucker. Because yes, people can die from bleeding out from a stab wound, because the only other option would have been let her stab the girl, then shoot her. Then you would have had two girls dead. His choice was to at least have one person alive out of this scenario. And I think whether it goes, somebody would have died either way it goes, like Cernil said,
both.
22, or both of them.
Or both. Because he could have shot after this girl got stabbed in the neck or something. He could have waited to shoot.
What does that say?
I just don't understand. I do understand. We have to understand these environments that these people are brought up in. We come from environments as individuals that we have grown from or still in. This young lady was in a foster home environment with a bunch of people, you know what I'm saying, 16, clearly dealing with violence, because if she pulled out knives, I bet you $12 that's just not the first time they pull out a knife. Okay?
Yeah.
So these environments that these people live in, we have to take a spec at them. See, now my motherfucking sativa is kicking in. Don't smoke weed, children. Because when I'm
Sunshine,
looking
what are
at,
your thoughts? Because we haven't got your thoughts yet, Sunshine.
wait. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Sorry. No, I'm just saying, like, I feel indifferent. You know, I understand what the police officer did, and that's why I brought up her environment. So it's like it was a to and fro. It was like a Libra situation, the scale. You know, I believe she was forced into this situation, and the police officer was forced into the situation. There you go.
It wasn't going to be good either way. What's your thoughts,
Either
Sunshine?
way.
For one, the foster mother needs to never ever have foster kids again. That's
they fight like that.
Two, I don't know. I see all y'all point of view, but I just feel like I'm just gonna say, anytime they could walk out a person that blew up a whole school, sit up there shooting up people, just like the incident when the white boy drove all the way to somewhere and shot up them people and stuff like that, and they still did not shoot them. And I still think about the time, whatever that white boy that killed all of the church or bombed the church, and they took him to Burger King or whatever after. So I don't know. I got mixed feelings about it. I feel like they should have used a taser. I do. I feel like the gun was not necessary at that point. He didn't even give a warning when he got out. He didn't even give a warning. He didn't say
that
drop
he was
the
wrong
knife.
for that. Yeah.
He didn't say anything. So I personally feel that if it was a white kid, he would have got out and said something. I feel like if it was a white kid, that white kid would have been able to tell this story. That's just how I feel.
Do you think that if he would have done it that way, if the cop would have handled this like these other shootings that y'all talking about, do you think the girl in the pink would be dead?
You know what? I don't know. She probably I can't say because he didn't give no warning. He got out and just started.
No, I mean when you look at this picture, I'm serious. When you look at this picture, this is what he was looking at. Look how she got her front foot. She got her front foot raised up. She was rearing back.
And her body, yes, and her body.
Her next move was to stab. Yeah, she was in motion. So do you think that there was anything he could have did other than a taser or a gun? Because the only thing I think
he should have
that would have satisfied us would have been a
taser, not the gun. I think he should have used the taser, not the gun. I think that damn girl should have put the damn dog down.
Sunshine, if he didn't tase her, he should have shot the back of her calf.
I just don't feel like he had to shoot her 4 times. I feel like that he didn't have to shoot her 4 times. I'm sorry. He didn't have to shoot her 4 times. I also feel like the foster mom needs to be investigated. I feel like there is just a lot going on in this whole story. And I'm sorry, because from my understanding, the girl in the black is the one who called the police. That's the first story I got. So I don't know who called the police. I don't know who, but it seemed like they came to the house to fight her. You know, so I don't know.
They made it seem like the foster mother called them to come over, I guess, to check the girl, and this is how it escalated. And so the girl probably was like, "How you gonna come from outside in here and tell me? And you're not my family. That's not like those were her sisters." Or she was raised with them.
Mama need to be charged with her murder too, then, because you brought them over there to harm her.
To harm her, and so technically she was defending herself. I mean, you look at this picture, and to her, she probably felt like she was defending herself.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
And
she was getting ready to do something to this girl defending herself.
There was an article that her biological mother spoke up too.
Well, her biological mother can't say shit because she should have had a damn child at home. Why your child in the foster care?
Okay, and the mother was like, she was so sweet and loving and caring, but then it's all these other stories coming out that she was always fighting, she was always violent, this and the other, and that does. I mean, I don't feel that has nothing here nor there that has to do with.
Well, you know what? They gonna always, anytime a police kill a black person, they're gonna always make the black person look bad. I'm sorry. They are.
Yeah.
But okay. You know, that does what you guys just said, like to have like a turn of violence, like a string of violence, the ability like to pull out a knife, you know. I only been like in a fight, like what, about 4 fights in my life. I ain't never put out no knife on nobody. Only reason why I carry my switchblade is because I'm here and where I'm at, there's a lot of homeless people and weird people. And if necessary, I'm gonna threat you or I'm gonna slice you. Never have I have to use a knife. But
Well,
to
honey, I'm
actually
gonna
have to
shoot
pull
you.
out the butcher knife and chase someone down in a
Ooh, sunshine,
but listen, but to
Yeah, this
have
was a
that
hard
ability
one.
to, want to wield that
yeah.
knife and be like, I'm gonna stab you, bitch. That takes a lot of, not used to it, but you about it. You know what I'm saying? You about that life. I will stab you, bitch, with the butcher knife, at any
Right,
level.
twin.
Mass murderer or just somebody that doesn't have any behavioral skills, if that makes sense. And I don't think that lady had a lot of structure in her life. And just like everyone said, she was fighting all the time, fighting all her goddamn
Well,
life.
that's
She's
what
about
they
to get
say.
jumped.
That's what they say. We don't know how true that is because
Okay,
right
well,
now everybody's
what's
trying
that word?
to
Allegedly.
save everybody else.
Allegedly.
Well, she was definitely mad enough to go get a knife and charge at somebody with it.
Yeah.
Rather either she was in fear of her own life and protecting herself, or maybe she did have some type of anger issue. Maybe she was the type that would go off the deep end and do something like that, as opposed to just fighting the girls, because she just as big as they were. I just again it was, to me, it was the difference between the gun and a taser. And I don't think he should have used his gun, but I definitely think he should have addressed the issue. I wish that the shot that came from him was from a taser, because he had to address it. It was no, he couldn't just, even if he had, her body language didn't look like he could have said, "Hey, drop the knife." She didn't look like she was ready to drop no knife, or would he even paid attention to him giving that
She
warning.
was in full fight. She wouldn't have hurt him.
I don't know that
And
she
it's
even
like,
would have stopped. So he
you know
had
how
to
like when
address
people
it.
are fighting and they're like, let her hair go, let her hair go. You're like,
And they
you're not
don't.
gonna let her hair go until she lets your hair go.
Yeah.
So imagine somebody with a knife. I'm not gonna stop until this bitch. This bitch is swinging like windmill. I'm like, knife. She's not gonna stop. So we have to think of those variables, because we've all been in fights at one time in our life that you're gonna have to take somebody out one way or another. But we don't brandish knives. You know what I'm saying?
And you right. I'm shooting their asses. You pull up to my house on some bullshit, I'm shooting your asses. I'm gonna ask questions later. Simple as that. I ain't got time for that at all. I'm not playing, and it's gets worse. Some girls get. I remember younger some girls came to jump me over my daughter's father. Mind you, I got aunties that's the same age as all, like a couple of years just older than me. I bet you they didn't go to nobody else's house after that ass whooping. So that's all I have to say. This is time where some girls came to jump my daughter. Honey, I'm young. I'm close to
I
age
use
with
what
my
my
child.
grandpa told me. If you don't know who the person, if you don't know if you have a problem with that person, and somebody's approaching you aggressively, you better you swing first. That's it.
You do, Angie.
Yeah,
Swing first, ask questions later.
That's it. If I don't, that's it. Sorry.
Oh,
I don't mind
was
shooting somebody. If you messing with me, I'm gonna shoot your ass. Simple as that.
Point blank.
That's how I
Period.
feel. I don't fight. You will not catch me fighting nowhere, nobody. I don't fight.
I'll fight too. I still got some left.
I'm not even gonna lie to you. If need be, I will knuckle up and throw them things, baby. I have no problem fighting. It ain't nothing I'm proud of.
I ain't got the energy. My knees bad. They crack when I walk sometimes.
That's all right. All I got to do is get a hold of it.
When you get mad enough and somebody push that button,
y'all know self-defense is a broad thing. So you can defend yourself in a broad range, okay? You have to put your hands up. So
I got a hot knife on. That's about it.
All I got to do is get a hold of it.
That's all I'm using my energy for. Raise my gun.
Did y'all have anything else for tonight?
No. This was sad.
I know.
I know you would.
Twin said I'm fine.
Wait. Twin would have to fight Sunshine just to fight, so they'd be fighting each other trying to fight for me. I'm I'm gonna kick her ass. No, I'm gonna kick her ass. I can hear him.
I will fight, honey.
And
Don't mess with
when I say
but
duck,
don't mess with me.
when I tell y'all to duck, just duck, okay?
Just
That's all I'm saying.
Get the
When
fuck
I
out
say
the
duck,
building.
duck.
I'm out. You ain't gotta tell me shit.
That's all I had,
Go.
y'all want to see something ratchet? Have y'all heard about the blind stripper? Leave y'all with something ratchet.
What,
Y'all
is it
haven't
a
heard
guy
about
or
the
girl?
blind stripper? Blind stripper. She's out of Miami, Florida. She goes by the name of Cashmere, and Lovely T was the first one that did this video on this. I just want to leave y'all with something funny and ratchet because this was a sort of heavy, kind of show that we did today. So I'm gonna share the screen with y'all. This blind stripper, I call it Blind Fury.
Yep.
It's right here. Y'all, okay, so the deal was, girl, so she blind, but she got like a seeing eye stripper that she walks around with that escorts her around the club, girl. And like her seeing eye stripper like helps her get on the stage, helps her pick up her money and stuff like that. Well, Blind Fury got word that somebody was talking shit about her. So she had a message for them hoes. I just want y'all to hear this message she had for them.
Tell my customer shit about me. Whatever the fuck you got to tell my customer, bitch, you can say it to me. Like him, motherfucking ass. So I'm gonna leave it alone at that. So if you feel probably, bitch, you gonna see how to beat her.
She said, "How you gonna see her to beat her up?"
Bro, it's not.
I bet it's stinking there.
This is so confusing.
Blind, this is blind, that what I am and what I'm not. Bitch, I am blind, but I will beat your ass like I can see.
Yeah.
That's on period, Pooh.
Is she blind for real?
Yeah, she said I'm blind, but I will beat your ass like I can see.
Because like, what, bitch? What you stripping blind?
Yeah,
so
she said I'm blind,
but
I will beat your ass like I can see.
Bitch, where your SSI check?
Right, she get an SSI check and a blind disability. She get two checks.
Wait. And she cute as that. You should have a husband. What the fuck you talking? You got the SSI, have a husband too, bitch. You got it made. What the fuck you talking about?
I guess you don't need your eyes to twerk. So
show out.
Yeah.
But why?
But she
don't.
And then in the pole, climbing up the pole and doing the tricks and all that.
That's what I want to see. Where the rest of the videos at?
I need to see her on the pole.
Well, girl, look, this how she count her money. Let me show you how she count her money.
Oh, child.
Well, I learned that too. I know how to do that too.
I get this question a lot, so now y'all about to get the answer. How do I count my money? Oh, by the way, please excuse the bonnet. I just washed my hair. It's a whole nother fight, Lord. But now you're gonna find out.
All right. So I'm some fucking nigga at the club. Here's a total 20.
All right, I'm dancing.
And then I just pop this somewhere, I guess. All right.
Okay.
And then you go.
Okay, so you said it's a how much?
That's a 20.
Oh, this is 20.
That's a dollar.
Let's see how much your 20 really worth, nigga. Let's see.
Oh.
Let's see. Fuck, nigga.
All right. Well,
20.
then here's a real 20.
All right. Let's see. Here, get that one. Let's see if this 20 about what you talking about.
She got an app.
Oh, okay.
See, there you go. And that's how she reads her money with the money reader app.
That's how she reads her money with a money reader app.
No, I got proof right now. Let me show you right now. Proof right now. That's how you do
Mizzle
it.
said I don't have time.
No, I'll show you. Look.
Listen, Mizzle.
I don't even know
I'm with Mizzle.
Listen, look, come on.
I'm with Mizzle.
If she in the midst of her doing her act, and y'all say she has a person do it, what that person be doing unless she does the money counting afterwards or she sat down after she get the money. Ain't no way she gonna stop what she doing.
Oh no, I guess that's just the money for her private dancing.
You got someone there for you. If you don't trust the bitch, then just count your money afterwards. But you have to trust that person to give you your money after you strip it. Anyway, you gonna stop every time someone give you money. Oh, is this a 20? You lied to me. Give me a real 20. That's too much effort, girl. Because I don't.
I like when I like when he leans forward to twerk.
I didn't know it was a money app. I didn't know that.
Yes.
Okay,
Oh, I
wait.
think I had
Okay,
one
stop.
more video to show y'all. Her I was gonna show y'all her
Wait,
CN.
auntie. Wait.
What's up?
I'm busting up at y'all. Okay, but it is true that you can, as blind, perforated. I hope I pronounced that right. You can feel the numbers. Oh, that's why I pulled out money. So you can feel the 2 and the 0
the perforated
on the dollar.
Yeah.
You can feel the 5. You can feel the 1 on it. So she may be getting cheated, but that is a lesson in people that are blind.
Oh, this her on the pole. This is what I want to see.
This her CNI stripper right here, girl.
Oh shit!
I don't feel nothing.
Girl, she got a walking stick.
Oh Jesus!
Girl,
I'm
she
just
definitely
done.
get a bag. Girl, she got tissue stuck to her shoe.
I'm
That is
done.
just too much work. I need just give me my state check.
Now, Mizzle, Starneal, where you say it was at now? I'm trying to feel it. I got $100 bill. Where I supposed to feel it?
You lightly touch the numbers upon the top, and you can feel like the 1, the 0, the 0.
I don't feel nothing on this $100 bill.
You don't feel nothing on it.
I don't feel a damn thing.
Send it here. Send it here, Sunshine. Let me see. Send it here. Let me see.
Let me try 20. Let me try 20. I don't feel nothing.
You have to understand that these people study in Braille. They read in Braille.
That money has to be Braille. That money, you can't touch money and think that it had to be Braille. I know what you're talking about. When you touch things, you can tell if money, the numbers and stuff like that. But she had to have a money Braille. There's no money Braille.
You know what? I'm calling the police on all y'all.
Yeah,
You're
like
about
that.
to clown me right
No,
now. And wait, Miz, did Sunshine just pull out $100 on me because I put out a 20 and a 5? Did she just try to flex on me? Hold on.
Listen, my sister is a baller. If you didn't know.
Hold on.
Yes.
Hold
if you didn't know, now you know.
Did you just pull out on me?
It's more
Sunshine be balling. Y'all don't know.
Shit, I'm trying to be
baby.
Don't play with me.
Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, y'all. But that's all I had. I wanted to just end on something ratchet. You know, I might try to add that in, some ratchet world news. But that's your little ratchet world news for the week. Just know, even if you blind, you can still be a stripper. Don't let the troubles of the world get you down. Don't let the troubles of the world get you down. All you need is 3 strands of hair and you can still make a braid, baby. Don't let the world get you down. That's it.
Look at me talking shit to Sunshine, and I only got $57 in cash. You want a battle card? You want a battle card?
You better go get on that pole and start making some make it rain. Go do what you gotta do.
Blind Fury say they hiring. It's equal employment.
Stripper outdo you now.
Yeah, let somebody rub that bald head. There you go.
Y'all
Not never.
I appreciate every last one of y'all for coming through tonight. If there's anything that y'all want us to discuss, y'all already know. Email us, realqueensrealtalk@gmail.com. And until next time, we're gonna see y'all next Sunday. I'm ready to snatch this video. Night. I love y'all. Be nice and tight. Leave your buttholes tight. have a question or need some advice, send us an email at realqueensrealtalk@gmail.com. And remember, you can always remain anonymous.